Hello and good afternoon. We're about to begin here in about 5 minutes. We'll switch over to the lobby. The lobby has not gotten started yet, but players are getting ready and warmed up. Don't forget, this is Apex Legends Global Series Europe. We'll switch screens in just a moment. Appreciate you guys for being extra early, and I look forward to being your driver for shoutcasting Apex Legends Global Series Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a big day today. We're about to get started in just a moment. This is Apex Legends Global Series Europe, last chance qualifiers. It's been a very long day. If you haven't, we definitely just shoutcasted APAC North roughly about 4 hours ago. Definitely another 4-hour stream, and we got another 4 hours under our belt. Appreciate you for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like just to support the stream. Don't worry, this time around we are starting with the right time zone. I know last night, obviously, there's a time zone shift, but everything is good for Europe. I see the lobby has started, and once everyone is situated in the lobby, I will be switching over and connecting. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being so patient. We're about to begin here in just a hot minute. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Apex Legends Global Series Europe. This is a live broadcast. So this is on a 5-minute delay, just to let everyone know, just to keep competitive integrity. This is one of our first times actually casting Europe specifically. So we're in for a treat. I notice a few teams on the roster that I have recognized, specifically Team Alliance. So I'm curious how they're going to perform today. There's a lot on the line. If you're curious what Last Chance Qualifiers is, Last Chance Qualifiers is a moment for the team's top 5 to be pushed into playoffs for a $500,000 prize pool. So there is a lot on the line today. Teams are going to be very passionate, as we saw with APAC North as well. So just give us a few more minutes just to boot up and get started here, and we'll get underway. Just as a reminder, this stream is on a 5-minute delay, and if you're tuning in, this is Apex Legends Global Series Europe. We appreciate you for tuning in for today. We have 6 matches for some of the best teams about to go at it. We'll see them top 5 advance to the next stage. Fix that. There we go. Just realized, you know, got to test that audio, but we should be good to go now. One second, just typing to all you guys in the chat. All right, well, see, this is why we do things. I won't be activating the replay just because I know that I'm at this point running on very little sleep. On the plus side, as you can tell on the back end, everyone is connecting and getting situated. We have been casting since roughly already 4 hours. We started around 4 in the morning, and we've been going until around 9 o'clock, give or take. So nonetheless, we have been grinding. We took a small nap, maybe about 2 hours, woke up, and here we are, and we're going to be going for about 9 more hours. So we're going to keep things relatively simple. The thing that we're going to hard focus on, obviously, is going to be the teams that we're going to follow, the scoring. I won't focus too much back and forth between the replay system because I need to tone it down a little bit for the voice because we have a total of around 8 or 9 hours that we're going to be casting for today, and I guarantee by the end of it, it's going to be pretty interesting. We're definitely running on minimal sleep, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really excited for today. We'll see how teams decide to switch things up and how comfortable teams are gonna get overall for this tournament. I know people are still hanging tight, and I'll type in a few more messages in the chat just so you guys are aware. Just a hot second. All right, while we're at it, let's give everyone a shout out in chat. Shout out HN, William Burke, Anon, good to have you here. Lemonade, gotta love that lemonade. I actually wouldn't mind some lemonade. Kill Boss, Rahul, William, I think I already shouted your name. DeJangles, Surrey, Hop, Dominic, Constantine, BML, Weiss Crawfish. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. Very excited as we're going to be shoutcasting Apex Legends Global Series Europe, and we're in for a really big treat for today. It's going to be a very busy day as we have not only Europe but also North America to do a lot of coverage on for today. All right, so it looks like we have half the teams in the lobby. It looks like everyone's still warming up. Everyone's still getting comfortable. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as teams connect, again, as we were just kind of discussing, teams that I'm excited to watch are definitely Alliance, seeing how they're going to perform to see if they'll potentially run away with this tournament. We definitely have a lot of underdogs in the lobby, a lot of individuals who are going to be hungry, looking to make the playoffs for Apex Legends Global Series Europe. This is, again, last chance qualifiers. And what last chance qualifiers means is that this is their chance to, no pun intended, qualify last chance into the playoffs, which is a cup which is worth $500,000 that's on the line for these teams. So everyone's taking it very seriously. This means a whole lot to the individuals in the lobby. It's going to be overall really exciting. But yeah, it's a pretty big day, and I appreciate the comment. IDK, by the way, I'm excited because we have a pretty big lineup coming in for today. Not only Europe, but North America as well. We covered earlier today APAC North. So I'm excited for you guys. If you guys missed that stream, we did it earlier this morning. Be sure to tune in and check that out. And also, while you're here, don't forget to leave a like, because every little bit helps support the channel and what we do here. William, it's great. Appreciate the comment, by the way. And again, if there's any specific team that you're interested in looking for to have a thought process on or want to follow, let me know. Let me know, and we'll definitely follow them. See here, just typing to you guys in chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give us a hot second here, and then we'll be good to go. Let me just also test my audio, because obviously we did restart, so I want to make sure nothing is messed up. Test, 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 and we'll play back. Stop, test, test. And everything's good, so just making sure that audio is clean, make sure that it's clear, and that we are all good to go. Thank to all you guys in the chat. All right, we almost got a full lobby. Almost got a full lobby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, excited. Let me know who you want us to follow, who you're excited for, who are your underdogs that you're rooting for. Let us know in the chat. And what time is it around the world for you? Because honestly, one of the biggest things is I was shoutcasting at 4 in the morning going until around, let's say, 9. And now it is around 1:51. Everyone's connecting to the lobby. We're only missing, looks like, one team, and then we'll get started here in just a hot second. I appreciate it, Archie. I appreciate the very kind words. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take a look at the chat, see who we are missing as we prep for game 1 of the tournament for today. As you can see, we got quite a few teams under here. We have Alliance, Major Pushers, Forge, Wesh, Magicians, Endeavor, Safely, Dead, New. We have Clowns, NCO, CHMK, 4 Element, Succubus, T-Rex, Team Legion, Chikavika, Croissant, Disco Boys, and DMMK. So apologies if I mispronounce any of those names, but nonetheless, we will abbreviate and we'll be underway. I have a question. Which region is Africa in? It's a really great question. I believe that is in Apex South, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Oliver, I know Shiv definitely put on a great performance. Very excited, though, to see which underdogs are going to take it for today, and we'll see how everything really shapes up. So again, if you're just tuning in, don't forget this is Apex Legends Global Series Europe Last Chance Qualifiers. Have you ever played in comp? This is a fantastic question. Yes, I've done quite a bit of comp. Never made it to finals myself, but definitely made it to semis, quarters, and so forth. Pretty consistently. Obviously hit Masters as well. Very excited as we look to see how this tournament is going to shape up. Who's going to take it away? And we'll continue to go from there. But thank you guys all so much for tuning in. I'm very, very ecstatic to see how teams decide to play their comps. Are we going to see Crypto, just as we said with APAC North? Are we going to see teams play aggro? A very fan favorite. We're seeing Bloodhound, Gibraltar, and Horizon. Are we going to see Horizon make a big play just as we did in APAC North? And if you missed that, definitely go check it out. Go check out APAC North. Take a look. The stream that we did earlier today, we definitely co-hosted with our good friend Unlucky Ducky, and pretty excited. You just finished watching the cast from earlier. Laughing joke. It's fantastic to have you here, buddy. Thank you so much. We will, again, we're a one-man show, one-man operation, as you can tell. There may be a little bit of a technical flub every once in a while, so I do apologize for that. This is going to be a very long day, and I appreciate your patience. I appreciate not only your patience, but the fact that you're letting me be your driver for today. Shoutcasting, Apex Legends Global Series, Last Chance Qualifiers, Winter Circuit for Europe. That is a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen. That is definitely a mouthful. So we're hanging tight, waiting to see as we're missing one team under NCO at the moment. Wonder if they're going to run a duo for the end here, if they're actually going to full on get their squad in just a moment. Major Pushers are a great team. We'll definitely keep an eye. This is a great comment. I appreciate your feedback, and let's see if we can follow them around a little bit. Definitely keep an eye on Alliance. We got Major Pushers. We have a lot of great teams. A lot of underdogs, obviously, for today. Obviously, because it's very, very important. And look, we know who this is. TSM Dolphin coming in the finals. Very, very excited to see how he decides to shape things up. We'll be sure to follow NCO for today as well. Looks like we have all teams in the lobby. We'll hang tight on the side, and we'll get a countdown timer once everyone is ready. So right before we hop in game, let's see if we see comps change up from Bloodhound, Gibraltar, and Horizon. Or if Caustic's nerf was too detrimental to him. Also another big thing, are we going to see the Spitfire as much as we did in APAC North? It wasn't as relevant. You know, a big gun that made a big splash in APAC North was specifically the Volt, which is definitely a big play. Pogtane, thank you so much for being here, buddy. Very, very excited. We're about to get started here in just a moment. As you can tell, if this is your first time watching an Apex Legends Global Series tournament, this is what it looks like on the back end whenever a tournament is about to start. And whenever it does, it goes underway. We connect, and then we are all pretty much hunky-dory and ready to go. I will share and pin for you guys actually the Battlefy website so you can see the brackets. You can see standings. One second, let me share that. It's a great thing that you guys mentioned that. There we go. We'll pin that. Have that all for you guys here so you can follow along. We'll switch to it when we need to. And we will be underway. Is Dolphin actually playing, or is he actually just trolling and filling in here? We'll kind of see in just a moment. 1 a.m. squad. I was up around 1 a.m. already as well. Andy, yeah, we got a long day, man. We have a very long day. We're going to be casting for about, give or take, 12 hours total for today. We already did 4. We're now stepping foot into our next 4 hours for Europe. Then we have our next set afterwards for NA. So if there's any technical flubs, I just would implore you to be patient with me. I know that it's a long day for me, but I was up to the task, and I'm very, very excited just to have the opportunity to cast and drive for you guys. Supporting Magicians of the other dogs. We'll definitely take a look. Seems like in chat we have Major Pushers, Alliance, Magicians, and obviously NCO, or some of the teams that we're taking a look at. When do the playoffs start? In a few weeks, we'll have the playoffs. Right now, we're getting the last few teams that are going to be a part of the playoffs. The top 5 teams here are going to be the next teams that go into the playoffs overall. So this is why this broadcast is actually so important, because you're going to see the full roster knowing what playoffs is going to look like from today. We already concluded APAC North. We got to go through Europe. Then we have to go through North America. Then we're going to be all set and pretty excited for that opportunity. Love the guides you put on the channel, by the way. They're super helpful. I really appreciate you. Cheers. Thank you so much, buddy. And it looks like we're about to start round 1 of Apex Legends Global Series Winter Circuit Europe Last Chance Qualifiers. So I will be pausing the music just to make sure we don't have any of that background noise so we can hear footsteps and hear audio. So we're good to go. I believe they have already qualified. If your question, you're going to see a lot of teams not here, and that's because they've already qualified for the tournament, for the playoffs. These are the next 5 teams, that we're looking for in the playoffs. That's what we're looking for right now. Also, I know Amanda, RPR, and Taishin also got signed over to Scar, so massive congratulations to them. Again, I keep up with everybody in the scene best I can. We definitely see a lot of movement, but pretty excited. Baka Mande is already qualified, so we'll see which next 5 teams are going to qualify for today. So what you're going to see here, we're all obviously in the loading screen. Players are picking their squads as we speak. We're going to take a glance and see where the net averages and what individual players are picking for their comp, and we'll see if that changes. So far, we're probably going to have Wraith, Gibraltar. Guarantee we're going to see some Horizon in play. The question is just how much Crypto, how much Caustic. Are we even going to see Watson? Or are we even going to see Pathfinder come into play? And those answers are coming in right now. We actually already have, this is a first. This didn't happen until APAC North a little later. But CHMK is already running Octane, Revenant, and Bloodhound, which is a pretty big adjustment considering we've been seeing it so prevalent and ranked. And I will kick up the audio just a little bit for you guys so you guys have it in the background. Want to make sure you hear the in-game noise and everything. Let's take a look where Alliance is going to land. Looks like they're going to take Thermal Station. Luckily, they didn't press F quite yet to pay respects, or else they would have hit that little beacon there. Good thing they waited. So let's take a look at Major Pushers. mentioned from above, they're taking the centerpiece and harvester. These pros know what they're doing. They've definitely already split it, and they split off No Name on the south side, grabbing as much loot as humanly possible. And let's take a look at Magicians. Magicians, it looks like they have landed towards the side over here around. It looks like they're about to hit the beacon, but it looks like they have contested more so train yard.
Let's explore this way.
Kind of going a little bit of a split. A pretty big move, I would say, on Magician's part, splitting train yard. Train yard is definitely hard to hold, but at least they're about to get the information early, and once they hit zone, we can see that this is going to pull towards a sorting factoring ending. So we have no 50-50s right off the rip so far, which is positive. Most teams don't want to do the 50-50, especially with so much on the line. But we saw in APAC North and other regions is that individuals started to go for the 50-50, not to hard grief, but to get the competition out of the tournament as fast as humanly possible. So, as we see here, teams are taking this very seriously. Alliance, getting comfortable. They're pretty uncontested here. They have a pretty safe rotation over to Tree. And IPN is going through his usual loot pattern through Thermal Station. Let's take a switch over to Major Pushers and see how they're handling their situation as they're rotating south from Harvester. What's interesting is that we don't see as much crypto as we did in APAC North, but the teams that are running crypto are definitely trying to maximize on its potential, discovering where they need to push their overall information for the zone. Information for the zone is vital in these key moments. I guarantee we're going to see most team play very respectful, as we've already seen. There's no fights occurring quite yet. We do have a team flying, which we'll take a look here in just a moment and see if we'll get a possible third party coming in from MCO. Looks like they've already scouted them out and spotted an enemy. Let's see if they manage to get height and push this. We're seeing a lot more Octane in comp, which is pretty exciting. We didn't see him in APAC North, but we're seeing him here. Dolphin is definitely looking. Let me switch back to that POV to see if he managed to get some shots with the Hemlock, running a Hemlock and an Alternator. Guarantee he's looking for a different weapon besides the Alternator to switch it out, probably for an R301 or potentially a different SMG. So they're going to let him pass. They'll let him go through. No fight is going to occur here at the moment. We do see a split off here by Forge, splitting Trials. This is a fan favorite among T1, specifically in APAC North. And we definitely see teams split Lava Fissure and Trials. A lot of teams won't fight there. Let's take a look at some of the action. T-Rex already taken height, as we see Dippities looking for the angle, looking for some action. Let's switch POVs to see how they're going to handle the situation as they rotate in. Solid shots. Good attempt on the R301. R301 is definitely a solid gun. Definitely an S-tier weapon. But the biggest question, is the Spitfire more of a popular weapon than the R301? That's definitely a hot topic, a hot subject for a lot of individuals. So it looks like they're opting not to take this fight. Definitely teams are feeling out the lobby. They're feeling out if there's a potential to really run things out or if they're going to play a lot more patiently. So let's switch back over to Alliance and see how they're doing with the rotation. I don't think they're going to get into many gunfights here this afternoon. It was great. I've been up almost non-stop, ladies and gentlemen, so leave a like if you're enjoying what you see. I've been already casting. I've already done 4 hours of this. I'm doing another 4 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'm doing another 4 hours afterwards. We are popping off, and I'm excited, and I appreciate all of your patience with me as we go in for today. Let's switch POVs. Let's take a look. Most teams are hunkered down right now in Sorting Factory, and we'll see how all of this decides to play out. Right now, a lot of teams are going to play patiently. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of action right now. We do see the 30-30 in play. We see a 30-30 and a Havoc. He's waiting for the right opportunity, just seeing what teams are out of position. And the team right here, I know we heard the Crypto ult, is mostly leveling his armor. Something great about Crypto in terms of rank and competitive is you can definitely use some of his. Let's take a look at the switch POV. Team Legion might be in a pickle here. Nook taking a massive amount of damage. Let's see if the Bloodhound's able to cover for him. The Arcstar does go out. There's a silence from the Revenant. Octane Revenant could be pushing on this. Let's see their POV and make sure that they don't get pushed, or if they manage to hold this. They do have the Logran here, which is not an ideal situation. They're already flushed. They're already cracked. They're in shambles at the moment. All they're trying to do is just reset and recover. And there is a Revenant push. One gets sent back, but there's another two to worry about. And is it going to be enough? Two are sent back, but he's low HP. This is free for the team above. Sonya and Zeron are ready for this cleanup. Looks like he's coming in. They're cleaning up, mopping up. Hopefully he doesn't get picked from a distance. Gets a med kit off just in time. And he's going to have to opt to run away. There's no way he can stay and recover these banners. It's a lost cause. Team Legion is going to be the first team to get hard griefed in this tournament. We'll have to see. Let's take a look at the team that's chasing right behind them. If they're going to chase. They're probably not going to. May not be the smartest play. We have multiple teams that are running Octane Revenant. We got 2 of them, so we're going to see a lot of KP early on taken from these teams looking for kill points. Interesting plays compared to what we're normally seeing. Let's take a look. Alliance taking some solid shots. That poor little rat out in the open, 30 HP, probably a little bit HP remaining. Not sure how he managed to survive those shots. IPN is cracked with his R301, getting some solid shots already in the game. Looks like they're going to opt to let that poor little rat Legion play it. And just so if you're curious, what does a rat mean? What is a rat? A rat in Apex Legends, it just means that you're all by yourself alone in the world. So when you're alone in the world, all you can do at this moment is rat. He's got his 2 beacons. Nook is trying to just find his positioning. He could get a res here, but he has to watch out for the 2 teams, major pushers, as well as CH and MK, as we saw both from the map. And it looks like they're throwing their jump pads ready to make a play whenever they have the opportunity to do so. Right now, as you can tell from the map, teams are just rotating in. These teams are not really going to fight unless we see an Octane Revenant. And speaking of which, T-Rex is taking height on the opposing team, which is Phanex taking the lead in the front, and they're just making sure they don't get caught out of position. Some solid damage going out, but it's not enough to really make a play. They're just going to make sure that they keep him at bay so they don't make a push into their zone. It isn't going to pull here, as we saw before. This is going to pull towards Sorting Factory, and all they've done is make sure that these teams don't run up or push on them. T-Rex is going to opt to go right back into the zone, because if they wait too long, with 17 seconds remaining on the clock, they will get caught out by other teams rotating. As you can tell, if the zone is pulling towards the south side of the map, and I want you guys to really understand this and see it,
Let's explore this way.
that if they wait too long, there's not going to be much for them to hold. They'll have to play edge. And playing edge, especially at the current tournament and with the caliber of players, can definitely be risky unless you know the other teams are not confident playing edge of zone. Right now, we still have another 2 minutes and 36 seconds as it's pulling right towards Sorting Factory. The team that is running Octane Revenant, right on the side here, has the best optimal positioning and really should not be risking too much. Unless they can get a nice Revenant push, it's going to be their best play. So 2 teams running Octane Revenant. We're not seeing any caustics. We're seeing a Pathfinder in play. We'll see if this manages to shake things up. For APAC North, it wasn't enough, but it could be enough for Europe. So right now in the lobby, a lot of teams are playing a lot more respectfully than we have seen before. Legion, as we take a look from before, is trying to find his best opportunity to res. His best opportunity is to take the south side as well with his team once he's done with the res here, which is what he's trying to opt for, but it looks like Forge has heard the calling of the res. They're going to be pushing this, try to get some free points added to their name. Nice combination here. We got a longbow and an Eva. Definitely a run among tournament goers. 110 damage on the Wraith. Solid from Roe, making an entry already. He could definitely opt to push this. They don't know the current situation, but they know a res definitely already took place.
Let's go this way.
With that res taking place, they only have a minute and 22. Do they get greedy with the kills? Do they push in? I would opt for the latter of getting into zone. This is definitely a high-risk play, going for only 3 points when there's still 20 teams left in the lobby. It was a fight that occurred before. Let's take a look at NCO, how they're handling their situation. As they're holding an open area, which is not a bad play whatsoever. Listen, if they have the open area, that means that they're covering a lot of ground, and they definitely have a lot of angles to pick. They just got to watch their back and make sure that they're not getting hard rotated on. Right now, they know for a fact they have Bodali covering the backside, making sure that they're not getting rotated on. So this squad knows what they're doing. They know how to hold their angles, and they know how to play safe. So right now the lobby has gone silent at the moment, as we see Forge opting now, instead of rotating in, they have 34 seconds. What they need to do is rotate a little closer to zone to edge them out, because if they're not careful, they're going to be the ones caught out of position, and it's going to be 6 KP points for somebody else instead. So we got a big day ahead of us right now. We're still in game 1. We have a total of 6 games for today. This is going to get very chaotic here soon. We'll try to keep all the action best as we can. We see Croissant has got eyes on NCO, which is TSM Dolphins team trying to just find their spot. They're sitting comfortable. They can hard edge this. They have a Gibraltar and they have an Octane for the quick rotation. Their goal is just to hold edge and find their positioning and footing. What's going to happen, and this is going to be really hard for us to capture all of the action, is that most teams are going to struggle, and we do have a Caustic as we see in play. We do have one Caustic team. A lot of variety in terms of comp compared from APAC North compared to Europe. So very, very interesting. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys in chat. Don't forget to leave a like. It helps others find the broadcast. We are not only going to be casting Europe, but right after we're going to be doing North America as well. And if you saw earlier, we obviously shoutcasted APAC North. So if that's a region you're passionate about, definitely be sure to check out that VOD as well. Right now, teams are holding their own, waiting. The one team that may be caught out that's most important is Team Legion. They do have gold armor, but they're lacking resources. Team Legion is probably going to be the first team that's going to go out, so we're going to keep an eye on them. Taskmaster taking massive damage. He's probably going to get knocked here. He's got to pop a syringe. It may not be enough in time for the gold armor. And all they can do right now is just buy a little bit of time. It looks like T-Rex is waiting for them just to rotate in, just to get this free KP off this poor roster. No other team is really fighting at the moment, but they do need to make a push. So we'll hang tight and make sure we're not missing into the action. We'll take a look. Once we see a firefight occur, as you can tell, then we'll switch to a different POV. The team's over, as we're discussing, NCO is definitely going to be struggling, and Robin's team at the south side looking for an opening as well. The teams are fighting over in Sorting Factory, just chilling and waiting, and as you can tell, Team Legion is definitely abusing the Crafter to buy themselves as much time as humanly possible. We do have a fight breaking out. Let's take a look at Dolphin's POV, because he may opt to throw his jump pad right after this team if they manage to get some solid cracks. He does have his jump pad out, but they do need to be careful not to get thirded from a different team. There is a Gibraltar ult. They do have some solid damage. This may be a moment for him to drop his jump pad, also to get out of position if he needs to finish off this team. Dolphin is laying down some suppressive fire. They have a minute 20 to decide where they're going to run off to, and this team is getting picked on from a distance. Dolphin is getting some solid damage, gets a solid crack, blue armor, levels up his armor to purple, and now they need to opt if they're going to push this team out, if they're going to go right to zone. He does have his jump pad. It was very smart of Dolphin either to hard push the team or use it for a rotation. It looks like they're playing it smart and using that jump pad as their way to have some maneuverability, because if they don't, well, I mean, they're going to be running right in an open field, which is not positive to be running into. Let's take a look at Team Legion and how they're handling their situation. They have been crafting. They've been taking it slow. Bo is holding tight with the gold armor, buying himself as much time as possible before they have to rotate in. We do have another team flying in. We have Wesh showing up here, trying just to find their footing, not to get caught out. We do have the Bloodhound just rotating right back around. Let's see if he manages to make it, and he doesn't, unfortunately, but the bubble does go out to get the res in just a moment. They're making sure that they're not going to push down. The team above would not be very smart if they did jump down. Very high risk, but could be a high reward at the end of the day, and they do have, luckily, the high reward coming in from Nook. Team Legion manages to find their footing right back in the game. There's going to be a lot of fights occurring here, and we might miss some of the fights because it's going to be non-stop action that's going to happen because their zone is closing, and teams are starting to feel the pressure. So teams are starting to feel the pressure. Shout out to Legion for managing to survive that current fiasco, but it may not be enough for them. They might be Team 18 that's about to go out. The Wraith is just trying to hold on for dear life. We'll switch POVs in a moment. If we see another fight that's about to break out, this is going to be an absolute cluster. Forge is coming in, swapping up for additional loot, just trying to reset. He switches to the R3O, and he's got a massive, and he's ready for action. So we see teams just kind of reset. They do have a team above them that they have to be very, very careful of. Forge does have the building, they do have the position, they do have the zone, and Endeavor is holding carefully in the choke. We do have a potential fight breaking out by Dead Inside. We saw a bit of damage as we heard a crack come in from the Gibby, but he does have a mask ready to push in when he has the open opportunity. So Dead Inside has to make a play here. They have to push this. If they wait too long, it's going to spell death, but this is going to be one of those situations where it's just going to be messy, and they know this. Very smart play by Sadayama, excuse me. And now they may just opt for the rotation back, and they're just trying to buy themselves time before they push in. The team inside is utilizing everybody utility to hold them out. And we do see Dolphin also popping off in the kill feed. We'll switch to his POV in just a second. Switch over to Team Legion, and then we'll switch over to Dolphin as they make a play and push in. They're pushing in on height here, making a massive bubble play and taking control of height. That jump pad, as we saw, we caught it at the last second, was able to give them the high ground here. They did manage to get a few KP points. Let's see how they manage to reset, and if they're able to find some positioning. Let's go back to Dead Inside as they're about to make a push into the building. There's about to be a cluster. Let's switch over to Alliance's POV because they have had a lot of stellar performances. Let's see if they opt to take this gunfight or if they're going to rotate out and perhaps back in. There's 3 teams here. 3 teams fighting for positioning. And right now, Alliance is taking the smartest approach by going in to zone. Solid movement by Kana. And we do have, again, it's going to be really difficult for us to capture all of the action because it's about to get really intense. Teams are really playing passive for this tournament. They're making sure that any positioning that they have, that they're not getting caught out. Endeavor's having a massive firefight within the building itself at the moment. Blast has his triple takeout. We'll keep some of the action if we do see something happen hotter, but this team looks like they have the immediate gunfight, and they have to get them out before another team rotates back. Solid damage by Blast, and he does have his mass if he wants to push in. Lots of scans going out. A lot of teams are starting to feel the pressure. They may actually just opt to share the building inside with them. If I was them, this isn't half bad positioning to share a building with. Let's take a look at TSM as they fly right across the roof. This is the next fight that could potentially break out. Alliance going to be on the south side, and they're picking on rosters and teams, and they get Gibby ulted. And now all they got to do is just hold and wait and try not to take too much damage and try not to get picked on. NCO looking for the shot. Their Bloodhound ready and primed for action with the R99, getting some solid damage, almost nearly cracking the individual right down below. They really can't push anything. All they can do is hold, get some pokes, get some peeks. Let's switch to a different POV. This is about to be a massive cluster here. Dead Inside has to hold out probably about 4 or 5 different teams here. Let's see if they opt for the res, if they're able to switch POVs to see if they manage to hold and what they're seeing that's occurring here within this building. This is an absolute cluster. They may not be able to survive it. He's going to try to go for the swamp if he can. There it is, to buy themselves a little time. He got himself a little bit of time. Let's not switch back over to the map. Well, be careful and watch. Alliance looks like they're getting absolute fried, and looks like they got taken out, unfortunately. Alliance is actually now down for the count. Let's switch back over to Dead Inside to see if they manage to take height. They do get a crack. It is a 2v3 situation, perhaps even more right up above, as we see multiple teams fighting for the building inside. 13 squads in the zone. This is an absolute mess of a situation. NCO has optimal positioning as they are kill leader at the moment. Bedoli, feeling confident, has got a massive and a hemlock, ready to fry anybody that pushes up. They could definitely get some free KP here if they manage to get a nice, solid Arc Star and an opening damage. There it is. There's the Arc Star damage, and there's the cleanup. All they have to do is watch out for the teams that are rotating right on them, waiting for the position. There's the bubble to hold for some angles and buy themselves some time. The team's going to go right back in, and there's a jump pad for an angle on the backside for them. Pretty exciting as we're seeing teams feel this pressure. We got 12 teams still in this small zone. We got a jump pad giving him some height. There's Gibraltar Badoli. He's going to see how he's going to clutch all this out. Takes back height, and they got to make sure to find their way in. We got 3 seconds. We're going to keep an eye on NCO because they are kill leaders of the lobby at the moment, and see how they manage to rotate in through this massacre of damage. We're going to see some fights occurring in the building, but I want to see how Dolphins team manages to clutch this out. Are they going to maintain kill leader status? There's a team on height that's free pickings. Nice solid hemlock damage from Badali. There's the Arc Star. Unfortunately, they do have one of their team members that does go down. There's a bubble to see if they manage to get the res. And it's going to be really tight here how they manage to hold their positioning and angle. And we'll switch different POVs because I don't think they're going to get pushed. Let's take a look at News POV with a graveyard full of loot. They have a graveyard full of loot in here. Teams are going at it left and right. Non-stop action. Let's switch over back to NCO, because they do have an option to play. They still hold kill leader status. They still hold kill leader status at the moment, chat. We'll see if this switches over to a different individual, how they're going to manage to play this out. Only 8 squads remaining in the lobby with non-stop action. One's above them, one's across the way. They got to be careful not to overextend, or else they're going to get picked on from multiple teams at multiple angles. See, opt in, they come at the angle. There's a nice solid knock. The Wraith is about to get knocked and finished. Don't get too greedy. Badali's going to reset. Dolphin's going to be there. He does have his jump pad to help them reset. The bubble does go down. And now all they got to do is stay healthy for the next rotation in. Solid plays, solid points. They are getting the most kills in this lobby at the moment, which is why we're keeping an eye on them as they keep pushing from team to team. They don't even need the Revenant at the moment. They don't need the Revenant. And all they have to do is wait and play this as patiently as possible. And they're getting shot from right underneath the poor pipe there, and they're using the boxes. Big brain, 200 IQ. There's no smooth brains in this lobby. All big brains. Only big brains in the lobby. 10 out of 10. Let's take a look how New is going to opt to get them here. New may actually just take a reposition. Let's take back a look at NCO, and if they notice that they've backed out. They're getting picked on, man. Doesn't feel comfortable. Doesn't feel nice, man. Definitely shouting in anger why that pipe has an angle on them. But nonetheless, they find their footing. And they're going to be the team pushing in at last second here. Let's see if they manage to get a little bit more KP. And they're watching. Badali, clearly an M&K player, having some nice flicks back and forth between the port. And they hear it about to potentially come through. Excuse me. And we get ready for a potential fight here. Get some solid damage. The bubble does go out to buy themselves some cover. Nasty massive shots and a nice cleanup. They go for the armor swaps and they're ready. Adding additional KP. What a fast cleanup. Exactly while we're keeping an eye on them at the moment. Because they are running amok in this lobby. What team is going to stop them is really the big question. Unfortunately, Dolphin does go down. He can't get across. He can't get across, and we got non-stop nades. And all they're trying to do is buy themselves and stay healthy. Dolphin does go down. And now we have only a few more teams fighting it out. Let's switch POVs to C4 elements as they're getting fried from a distance. They're opting to push them, maybe get a kidnap. And it's not enough, unfortunately, as 4 elements is right back and gets wiped. Let's switch back to the POV. Forge has got height. It's going to be Mastiff. Massive central here. We got EVA, we got Caustic Gas playing all in different angle. Forge spamming as much as humanly possible. Switch over to the Wraith, buying himself some time with their Q. All they're trying to do is just buy some time and get some extra picks and extra damage. He's going to try to opt to get a potential swap here, but it's not enough, unfortunately, as, again, NCD, apologize. I've been saying NCO. Again, it's been early in the morning, shoutcasting from 4 a.m. going until 9, and now taking a small little nap and continuing in all words to see NCD making some massive plays. So I apologize that I got their names wrong up to this point. That's my apologies on my end. But again, you know, we'll have some of these technical flubs here and there that will be a pretty big difference. All right, give me 1 second as we play the background music and we'll get going here in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, very first game of the day. First game of the day. Massive plays already happening all around. NCD already making some clutch plays on their end. They have a total already 14 plus 12. 26 points mopping at the lobby. As you can tell, they had most of the kills in the lobby. We managed to capture as much action as we possibly could with them, which is why I'm glad we stuck with them as much as we did, because they were doing the damage. Doing the damage. And they say in chat, chill Badali. Badali was definitely popping off in the lobby. Thank you, by the way, for all the mods. Conchin, I appreciate you, buddy. I did see your message. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you. We're going to pop into the next round in just a hot second. Going into game 2, we see how things shape up for a roster. We'll take a look at the scoreboard. I have to remind myself to switch back to scenes just in case. And by the way, Antimor, it's great to see you. We'll give a shout out to everyone here in the chat in just a hot second. But it looks like NCD is making a very positive play already in the tournament. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once the scoreboard is updated, I'll make sure to refresh and we'll talk about those scores and we'll break it down in just a hot second. And again, if I make any sort of mistakes or anything, I apologize. We are running on, I could say a little bit of, not as much sleep as one would like, but I'm definitely excited. I'm definitely feeling good, and hope you're feeling good as well. All right, let's take a look at round 5. And we'll take a look at that scoreboard. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. and look at that breakdown. Let me hop into the lobby, make sure we don't miss it. We'll switch over to game 2 at the moment, and once we're ready to go, we will be all set, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second here as we get things situated. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We will be casting NA, last chance qualifiers as well, so very much appreciated for all of you guys that are here. Let's switch over to this POV, to the scoreboard. I just had to remind myself to switch back. That's my own mental reminder to make sure, as we see here, NCD coming up top, first place with 26 points overall. We have New in second place with 13 points, Forge Gang at 12 points, Magician at 9, and then we have CHMK at 8. Remember, I have the link right above for you guys to take a look. So in case you missed it, be sure to take a look at that, and we'll be sure to connect and be underway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once we get connected, and we'll hop right back into the next round, and then we'll be underway. Apologize for the mispronunciation on the name. Running again, a little bit of sleep. But, you know, believe it or not, I'm feeling pretty good. I hope all of you guys are feeling good as well. And let's connect to the next lobby. Again, this is the playoffs that is about to occur. Everyone's connecting into the lobby as we speak. As you see the scores, again, we'll cover them. Then I'm going to switch back to the POV. I have to remind myself I'm not going to do the replay system just because, you know, there's a lot going on, as you can tell. A lot going on. I'm a one-man show, kind of driving the whole operation. Hope you guys are enjoying. Thank you so much for letting me be your caster for today. Again, the standings as we see. NCD, 26 points. New, 13 points. Forge, 12 points. Magician, 9 points. And CHMK. So we need to keep an eye on NCD, New, and Forge. As we were talking about Alliance, unfortunately, Alliance did get pushed out pretty early with only 1 point to their name. So kind of unfortunate, but nonetheless, it's okay because anybody can make a massive play and make a comeback here in the tournament. So I'm going to switch POV just so I don't forget. I want to make sure we keep tabs on everything that we're doing, and then we'll be underway for the next game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see how things play off. Let's see if teams decide to opt for the Revenant and Octane, or if they're going to switch things up. We're about to go into game 2 for today. I have a lot of faith in Alliance. I've followed that roster for quite a bit. I know Dolphin has has a large amount of knowledge when it comes to the game, so definitely saw how they played passive but aggressive in all the right moments. So shout out to their team, especially Badali and their Bloodhound, all popping off and having major plays. They should definitely be proud of their performance that they're having thus far. They knew when to hold the jump pad. They knew when to use it for a rotation. But we're seeing how the jump pad and the speed, how massive it can be. So as we can tell, we did see a lot of Mastiffs in play. I know a lot of you guys are talking about the Mastiff down below. I'm actually quite shocked that we did see the EVA 8 being utilized as well. But again, the Mastiff is definitely a powerhouse, especially when it comes to close range encounters. One gun that I saw for APAC North specifically was the Volt. So we'll have to see if the Volt is going to make a play, if the Spitfire is going to make a comeback. We definitely saw a lot of charge rifles in prior tournaments. Let's see if the charge rifle makes a play as well. So in just a hot second, we'll get into the next round. Everyone's just connecting, and once we're all situated, shout out to the mods. Appreciate you, Caution, for handling the chat. I know there's quite a few people in game. Again, want to highlight all of you guys that are in chat that are here. There is a 5-minute delay. There's a total of 6 rounds. Ahmed, Ricardo, dude, Lucas, good to have you here. I thought that was his name. Selin, Zach, Contrin, I appreciate you as well. Looks like we got the name finally. We got everything situated. Ahmed, as well as Salt Antamoro in chat. Good to have you here, buddy. How are you enjoying the tournament? What do you think? What do you think of competitive Apex? What do you guys think of competitive Apex? Daz, can you explain why they're doing what they're doing so I can learn? Of course. What specifically are you looking for? The biggest thing, again, oh yeah, definitely going to be a long cast, as you can tell, Wannabe Star. Again, what we were doing earlier, this is definitely in the next set of 4 hours as we continue to really pop off. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like if you find anything that you're seeing here helpful. Leonessa, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. We're seeing Europe finally decide to pop off, and we're seeing some big plays. The face cam is staying. This is my personal YouTube channel, so definitely got to leave it for my YouTube channel, but I appreciate the feedback and the thoughts nonetheless. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hop in just a second for the next round of the tournament. At some point, I'm going to have to go get myself a snack because the last time I ate was at 2 in the morning right before the tournament, and it is now 2:32. But I almost don't even want to eat. And yes, NA is going to be right after this. I'm going to have maybe like a 10-minute break, maybe 20-minute break. This break, which is why I'm not doing the replays, so I can give myself a little bit of a breath of fresh air before we hop into the next round and start casting. So I can talk with you guys, have everything be a little bit more low-key before we start to pop off and capture all of the action that's taking place for Apex Legends. Because Apex Legends can get really messy, man. It can get really, really messy, and it can get really chaotic really quick, as you saw as we're commentating, capturing all the action as fast as humanly possible. It gets crazy. It gets insane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifiers. What does that mean? It means that the top 5 teams will go into the playoffs for the chance at $500,000. Lots on the line here. This is a big day, a big tournament. All the teams are ready. Lobbies are about to get started one after another. Jesse, it's great to have you here. Welcome back to the stream and welcome back to the channel. And then with all of you guys in chat, if you took a moment, especially for how much I'm streaming today, if you just took one moment and left a like on the stream, that would mean the absolute world. And again, this is my first time casting Europe. While I am very much aware of most of the teams, if I make any sort of mispronunciation, I would very much appreciate if you give me the pass for today. As we get comfortable, again, we're going to be starting the lobby here in about 2 minutes. The last chance qualifiers, they don't cover in terms of the full production, but I'm still here to help color commentate for you guys. That's the whole idea. That's why I'm here. I knew how important it was for you guys to see these matches just to understand and know. But Snake, what is this? This is Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifiers. You look tired. I've been going for 10 hours. So that would definitely be understandable. There would be a little bit of tired, and we still have another 7 hours to go. But nonetheless, I'm excited to be here. I'm pumped. And maybe things will start looking different colors. Maybe I'll start calling Crypto Gibraltar. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll see a lobby full of caustics. I don't know. Maybe I'll get so tired to the point where we see nothing but caustics. But hey, you got to give kudos where kudos is, having to pop off and color commentate as much as we're doing nonstop. All right, so the round's about to start in 2 minutes. We're on just checking, make sure that I switch properly. And of course, if you're looking at the scores, let's break those down just really, really quick. We have NCD, got it right. NCD at 26 points. We have New at 13 points. We have Forge at 12 points. We have Magicians at 9 points. And we have CHMK at 8 points. The link is right above for you guys just to take a look. Whenever you need it, I'm going to switch back. We're going into game 2, and we're about to get started. Where am I located right now? I'm actually on the East Coast. You know the beauty about casting in Europe is I get less latency. I'm so used to casting APAC North and seeing latency that it's amazing not to see. Cinnamon Tea, I'm doing this because I want to do it. There is nothing else besides that. I'm just insane. Literally, that's literally the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm crazy. That's literally it, okay? There is literally no other incentive besides me just enjoying Apex Legends, enjoying being here with you guys. I was like so giddy with excitement just to cast this with you guys. I may look tired, but inside, I'm pumped and really, really excited. So, okay, let's get into the next round. This is why all I ask for you guys is to leave a like. That's all I want for today. I'm not asking for anything else. Just leave a like on the stream, and I'm going to be pumped and excited from that. Just all together. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're probably approaching that 1 minute mark. We'll take a breather. 10 seconds going in. I will stop the music so you can hear the footsteps. Let me know if the game audio is too quiet. We'll bump it up. We'll make a readjustment. We'll do everything far in between. Ready to rock, and let's get into it. Game 2. 5 more games, ladies and gentlemen. 5 more games. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause the music, and let's take a look at the comps. Let's take a look at the comps that we saw from earlier. We did see a caustic. We saw some cryptos. We saw some pathfinders. But you know what we're missing? Missing Watson. Where's our girl Watson? I know that they gave her a bit of a buff, but maybe it's just not enough. It may not have been enough to make her as viable. I thought that it would make a bigger play, and I'm as a Watson main myself with over 8,400 kills on Watson. I have to say, I agree. she definitely needs maybe perhaps a little bit more of a push, but we all love Watson. I love the Nessies. I have a Nessie somewhere around here. I have a Nessie. It was behind me, but unfortunately it fell. But nonetheless, let's take a look to see if teams decide to switch things up. I don't think they're going to switch things up. I think they're going to stay pretty consistent on their compositions. I don't think they're going to make some massive changes out of nowhere for these teams. G-Dolphin is actually Europe, Oliver. The more you know, and knowledge is power. What changes do you think could happen to bring someone like Rampart or Loba into the meta? Loba could be the next Wraith if her tactical ability was just a bit stronger. She definitely needs that. If there's a lot of teams you're not recognizing here, this is the last chance qualifiers. It means that the teams, all the fan favorites have already qualified, and these are about to be new fan favorites for you, hopefully, to keep track of. So we'll keep tabs on all these teams. We got NCO, or NCD, excuse me. Again, a lot of hours. I will get it right. NCD. Don't worry. I got it. I only mispronounced it there once compared to the last round, which was a million times. But can we get NCD in chat? Can we type in their name in chat? Can we get some hype in for them? Are you excited? Are you guys excited? Misfire's good to have you here. I know, 12 hours. Kind of crazy. But nonetheless, I don't know why I'm not really that hungry. So if I come in with some crackers, don't worry. I will. I'll share some with all you guys. NCD looks like they're getting potentially contested here in Fragment. Let's see, Badoli is able to, our prior kill leader of last round, if he's able to make a play, he sees the Sentinel, definitely opts to say, I'm not getting that. Dolphin has some solid armor already into the fight. I'm not sure if he saw that Sentinel down below, but at least he does see the EVA 8 on his left. So right now, teams are really, really close to NCD. Endeavor is definitely aware of the presence, and they're going to be looking for some poke damage here. Endeavor, can they have a positive Endeavor against NCD? I don't know. We'll have to see. Looks like Brian has taken a massive amount of damage on the roof. He needs to be careful because if he gets knocked early, this is going to be NCD's best day ever as they manage to get a poke. So I'm going to switch. NCD is opting to rotate, and they're finding their footing, taking a different angle, and just get loot. This is really smart on their part. There's no reason to take a 50-50 this early on in the tournament. It does not make a whole lot of sense. Partly because, I mean, who wants to go out this early? All you're doing is risking resources. You're not guaranteeing the clean fight. So somebody was asking in the chat earlier, and this is for strong educational purposes, of why are teams playing so passive? Why don't we just see them full push? Well, the reality is that everyone in these lobbies can aim. Everyone knows how to play. With everyone knowing how to play, when you take a fight, it's not going to be clean. Everyone's going to be taking some damage, and if everyone's taking damage and it's not clean, you're primed for a third party and prone to utilizing too many resources. If you're using too many resources that early on, it's only going to spell death for the late zones, and I know they got their eyes on them. This is going to be the first fight that can potentially break out in the tournament for today. So we see a nade looking for some opportunities with the frag grenade. Takes down the door. Let's switch POVs to Badoli, who could potentially get an angle. He's got his Mastiff. He could definitely make a play with the Mastiff, though, if he manages to get up close and personal. Gets hit. Gets his arm shield taken out. Showcases that the Gibraltar arm shield has been nerfed. Got that bleed through damage on the shield. I need to take a sip of water here, but we'll still keep track of the action. As you can tell, Badoli is having a massive whiff session with the Mastiff, going back and forth. But luckily, unluckily, their team is in a pinch, but cleans it up just in time. And there we go. We have a new kill leader. As we predicted, this was the first team that was going to fight, and now we have a second one with Team New, who was our second place before. Let's see how they managed to hold for them and find an angle. Major Pushers is making, no pun intended, a major push against this team. Let's see if the Horizon opts to pop her Q. Hopefully find an angle and get some damage in on this team. All they're trying to do is cut them off. They know they're full on arcing here. As you can tell, Ranches is taking point. They know if they can get there first, and they can hard gate them and take the low ground here, which is what they're looking to do. Let's switch POVs, make sure that Major Pushers has all their peeps with them. Let's switch over back to Alliance. Just want to make sure that they're hard rotating. This is one of our also big teams. And we go back to NCD, who is our current champions of the lobby. Current champions of the lobby. Let's take a look, because a fight is about to break out here. New needs to be very careful. They do have the Caustic to stop some of the pressure, but is it going to be enough? Is the Caustic nerf going to be too detrimental for their team, or is it going to be just enough to hard hold any team that decides to push and full send their team? Those answers we'll find out in just a moment as we see teams just opting to hard rotate around them. Dead Inside is not really feeling dead. They're feeling alive as they push to the right here, looking for an opening. They know they have the zone. Gets some solid damage to the R3, 123 damage in. That's a cause for a call out to make a potential push. But they're getting picked from a distance, knowing that the team is feeling comfortable. MCD, just want to take a quick peek at them, make sure they're not missing the action, because I saw that they're obviously in the center of Fragment, which isn't looking pretty good. They got a solid spray there. A solid spray. They're making a port to make a play, but is the play a little bit too late, or are they making the play to hopefully find some positioning here? And they do realize that a team is there. Let's see if they manage to use this port for anything useful, but I think it was mostly just to find some information. He goes back in. He's by himself. This could be risky. He used to go right back through. Took a lot of damage, wasting resources, and if he's not careful, could get knocked, and there's his cue to go right back in to zone. But at least they managed to cause some stir, cause some mayhem for these other rosters. CHMK, our current team that was in 5th place. We'll see how they manage to find their footing and their positioning to potentially move themselves further up in the leaderboard. 5th place is definitely where you want to be. But if they could secure even better positioning, then that's also a solid dub as well. So let's take a look at the map. No teams are really fighting. As you can tell, everyone's taking their positioning and sitting pretty comfortable. Let's back right out. This is a potential. Look at this. We're seeing more Revenant Octane pushes happening here. Trying to go for the early KP. They know they need to make it. See if he wastes his Revenant push, or if he actually manages to make a play and push in. There it is, as they decide to opt to push this team. Gets sent back right away. This is going to get chaotic, so apologize for the constant flashing that you're going to see. Just going to try to see if they manage to get any damage, and the Revenant push looks like it was not successful, because it looks like there was not enough damage to really make a play on this. If anything, this pushes Alliance in a not-so-positive situation. We want to make sure we're not missing any other fights that are occurring. IPN holding the roof here, getting some solid R301 shots, but a crack, and now this could be a potential for them to push in, but they do see another team is shooting from a distance, so they're going to opt not to take it. If they do not get a solid amount of damage in or a potential knock, by the time the zone closes, all they can do is wait. But they do need to make a play, because if they don't, they do have the zone behind them to worry about. Alliance getting absolutely fried at the moment. This is very, very sticky for them. They got 2 teams picking on them. Let's go right back to their POV. It's actually only 1 team, but the pressure that they're putting is massive. They're putting so much pressure, and they're confusing Alliance. Honestly, I was in the same boat as Alliance here, that Alliance was really struggling to find their footing, thinking that it was 2 different teams, but the 2 teams, or the team is actually just holding out in a massive way, just confusing them by taking off angles, so they can't really get a read on the situation. Otherwise, they might have just made a full push. This is probably going to be the next team that gets pushed out, potentially, which is why I'm keeping an eye on them. All the other teams are in the center of the zone. We don't have to worry about a fight breaking out besides this team. And Alliance is finally getting their footing as the other team opts to rotate. So this rotation is pretty big for the team right up above. Let's take a look at their POV. Legion rocking a Spitfire and an Eva. They don't really want to fight this anymore. They're going to rotate. Takes too long to fight. If they stay here too long, granted they'll get some points, but it's just not going to be enough. It's just not going to be worth it. And they have a team right behind them. Alliance is just shredding. And Alliance decides to push right back and get right back into position. And that is where we're going to see all of that take place. So we got Alliance, not a whole lot of kills, as you can tell from the leaderboard, taking place at the moment, but we do have NCD sitting comfortably in their building his way, waiting for teams to push in.
Let's explore this way.
Big day for Apex Legends. If you're just tuning in, this is Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifiers for Europe. This is their last chance to make the potential playoffs. Teams right now are playing very passive. We only have 1 team out, which is the only team out right now is Endeavor. Their endeavors were not so positive this go around, but we'll see how they take the next round and how to reassess their situation. They're not opting for Horizon. They're not opting for anything in terms of Octane. They're sticking to their guns and what works. but unfortunately they might need to make a massive switch. So let's take a look again at NCD and see how they're doing. They're just waiting for the rotation. All we're waiting for are teams to rotate. The only biggest team right now is safely rotating into the open. This is going to be really hard for them because a lot of teams are about to be aware of the presence, and when they're aware of the presence, this is about to get really nasty. As we see here, safely, just trying to find their footing and find their positioning, getting comfortable. They're not in the worst spot. They just have a lot of ground and a lot of potential to get third party. And Alliance now getting into a firefight. Alliance is looking to get some early points here. They're hard edging. They're not even opting to go to zone. They're maximizing on Octane Revenant as best as possible. Give them a little bit of extra heavy ammo there as they rotate in, and they find their positioning over on the left here in just a hot second. They do hear a fight about to break out. Let's see if the Revenant has his totem, and he does have his totem. But if they pop it outside of zone, they will take the ticks from the zone as well, so they need to be careful of where they place their totem. And if they can push it further in, then push out, but hopefully not get pushed in the back. Let's switch over to this POV, because look, Magicians is the team that's going to be in this firefight. This seems to be the only fight that's really breaking out, but even then, it seems to be pretty passive. Teams are just trying to find their positioning before they go into zone, and they're opting just to rotate in. This isn't looking too good for T-Rex, though, knowing that every team is rotating in front of them. We have Alliance. We have NCD holding them out. We have Magicians. We have another team right behind, Wesh, about to rotate right behind them, making a potential big play. Let's see if Magician's aware of their presence right below, and it will see back over to NCD, and if they're going to hard gate them. And there they go, they call him out. But Dolly, unfortunately, whipping his shots in a crucial moment, and the other team is going to get the knock instead. But Badoli has had his aim on point, so it's not too much to stress about, but could definitely tell that he wanted that knock because that's some free points for them. And now they have to just be aware of the teams rotating at different angles here, because if they're not, they're going to miss out on some points. So if we take a look at the map just briefly, you can see that there's going to be two teams. They're going to fight this team here, or the team is about to rotate right behind them. So they need to be smart about this, and they need to be fast. They do have a Prowler, but they need to be careful with the Prowler because it does run out of ammo really quickly. And it will catch them out. So we got an early scan there, just making sure they find their footing and find their positioning. As we see, a lot of teams are not really opting to take the fight. Let's see if Wesh manages to find an angle to get in. This is going to be hard for Wesh to really get in. This is going to be a struggle. This is not good. They're taking a lot of damage. They're wasting a lot of resources. And before you know it, all the resources are going to be gone, and they may actually even get knocked to zone. Let's switch over to that POV. Dolphin is actually making play. NCD getting into the thick of it. Gets a knock. It's going to be pretty intense here. Let's see if Dolphin manages to clutch this out. Unfortunately does not, and there goes our first place from before. While they had some nice KP, it was not enough to hold off T-Rex. They were just too terrifying for them to hold, and now T-Rex has to run because they do have a potential third party on the way. They got the crypto drone scouting them out from down below, and they need to be careful because Magicians is going to be ready to make this push. They know this team is in shambles. They want these points, and they're going to opt to make a play. I know Alliance is in a firefight right above. Let's see if T-Rex gets knocked here by the Magicians. Can they pull some magic here for us? I'm not quite sure. We'll see. There seems like they're a little late to the fight, so by the time they decide to show up, is T-Rex going to clutch it out? Let's see. Let's see what the Wraith manages to do. She does have gold armor. And there it is. They do find out where they're at. Could this be the play? And it is. And T-Rex is going to be going out early. And he manages to get away. Manages to get away with 1 HP just for now. He's going to have to tap strafe his way to victory. Horizon movement on point. Goes to the bat. Tries to just keep bunny hopping her way to success. Is it going to be enough? It is. Magicians pulled up just a little bit of magic, but not enough to get the full kill points, and all they're going to do is loot the graveyard full of loot. Again, let's take a look at Alliance's POV because they did make a push here. And now they're going to opt to go right back in to make a play. So Alliance has a Kraber in play. Let's see if they manage to get the solid shot here. Nice 123 damage, just enough for them to potentially get a knock. And now they do have their jump pad, so they can make a play if they need to. They only have 7 shots left in the Kraber. The Kraber is definitely the opening shot for them to make a potential play here. They just have to play patient. There's still a lot of teams in the lobby. All the teams to the right are not going to make a play. Let's see if he manages to get this Kraber shot. Gets shot on the right, gets put out of position. And we'll switch POVs just here in a second to see how this plays out. Once he gets this Kraber shot, it could spell death for this team rotating in. So the Revenant is obviously popping his tactical ability, trying to silence, trying to stop some of the rotations, but unfortunately Alliance is about to get picked on from multiple teams at multiple angles here in just a moment. They're stuck in the center and they do need to rotate. If they wait too long, it's not going to be good for them. Disco Boys hard holding an angle. A lot of teams, they only got a minute and 46 seconds before they need to pop in. Let's take a look at this POV, make sure we're not missing anything. CHMK potentially making a play and rotating in. And unfortunately they're not. Let's take a look at major pushers because they're about to make a major push into this building. Gets solid 100 damage on the frag. Burning, makes a push in. Nice clean mop up. And now they have the prime positioning that they're looking for. They have the Zuck to give them a little bit of cover just from visual flare. And let's see if any other teams are making a play at the moment. Major Pushers sees a team from across the way, 4 elements, as they did knock 1. They did manage to get the clean sweep on the individual player there, but is it going to be enough? More hard hold here, and we'll take a look at the different POV, because it looks like they know it's a 3v2 situation. If they would like, they could definitely push on this. I don't think they realize just how free they have it, while all the other teams on the other angles are all caught out of position waiting. And there it is potentially. If they manage to get a crack, I know they will full send it. Unfortunately, they don't have as much utility as they did before, but they're going to opt to use whatever resources they do have to potentially make a play and push this team out. So at the moment, it is Poke Damage City. There's 31 seconds left on the clock. It's important to keep that in mind and notice all the teams that are caught at a rotation right now. We do have one team waiting. Shadow is waiting for this team to rotate, and if they do, they could get some free points here. This could be tough for them to rotate. They could rotate right behind the team in the train car, and they know that they do have a moment to push in. This is their moment. They're going to opt to wait for the zone, though. They're going to add a bit more versatility by having the rate port just in case they need to go out, just in case they get shot from too many angles, but it looks like they're quite safe at the moment. DNMK, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully it's not an O, but it looks like a D. DNMK making a solid play here by taking the off angle, and there's a Gibraltar ult, and now they have to push in and just recover and reset before the other team decides to push in on them. We do have a bubble fight, we do have an ult, and now we're going to have Massive City occur. There's a Eva, there's a Massive, there's an Arc. This is not what you're looking for, but they did manage to claw out a lot of damage, and now it's going to be Grief City for all the teams involved, and Succubus just coming in and cleaning things up. Let's take a look at Major Pushers. They are hard gating a team. They managed to clutch it out just in time. They're getting picked on from multiple angles. The team from right above in front of them, 4 elements, is aware. They're a team of 2, but they're managing to hold it out just enough to make a play. Team Legion is opting to rotate on the south side. We'll take a look at their POV, making sure that we catch this next wipe, because this could be the next wipe. Spitfire doing some solid damage. Nook needs to get a crack. He's out in the open. He needs to pop his Q potentially to get out of dodge. And if he doesn't, it's going to spell death. Luckily, he opts to take the high risk to save his Q for another day. Definitely a high risk, high reward situation, because now at least he has his Q for rotation for him. And it looks like, by the way, Major Push is making a major push. We caught the damage just in time. R99 spray, switch POVs, and see how Cleave is going to mop this up. They do manage to clutch it out. Looks like they're sitting pretty comfortable. We got 6 squads remaining in the lobby, and we do have a lot of teams about to fight it out. Alliance, by the way, is still in this. They do not have their Revenant push. It's on CD, 30% in, and we'll see how that managed to make a play for them. Croissant coming in, pretty saucy, if I do say myself. Gotta love a nice croissant. I'm not getting hungry. You're hungry. Gets some solid damage with the Volt, but he's out in the open, and he has a nasty head glitch from above. They need to get this guy out of height, but they're taking too much zone damage, and this is going to be bad. Let's take a look at Alliance's POV to see how they're managing to handle this, because they do have the one-up on them. I don't think they realize just how much damage they have on this team on the left. But they're playing it smart, and they're playing it safe, and there it is. The poor team does get mopped off, and Alliance does have the angle. And we do see a team fighting down below, major pushers. Let's see how they manage to clutch this out. Wingman shots going left and right, and there's the bubble for the positioning. Unfortunately, the Horizon does go down because she overextends, overpeaks. They're not in zone here, and they've already wasted the bubble. This is going to be bad. They have to offer as much damage and much KP as humanly possible. There's the ult to go down. And let's see if they're able to reset this. The Bloodhound does come out of nowhere. There's a full stack and full team. Major pushers getting pushed in. And now we have Team Legion sitting pretty comfortably out in the open. Alliance does see this occurring. They don't have their Revenant push. Fries him with the Prowler. He's running low on ammo. He's got about a mag and a half left in there. Is it going to be enough? Revenant is getting pushed out from all angles, but they're using as much cover from the res shield. As you can tell, they're a beautiful play to buy themselves as much time as possible, but they do have a team on the left about to push them. He's just trying to buy time. He's going to go for the armor swap. He does get a full swamp. And he's buying as much time as possible. He grabs the extra banner. He puts the silence on himself just to cover himself. Massive plays from IPN, finding positioning. He could put his ult down, and he's burning everyone on the right. It's KFC. It's KFC console over here. He could put his red totem down. Is he going to be able to put it down in time? He puts the silence out, and it's not enough, unfortunately. And Team Legion comes in on top. Only 2 squads remaining. We see Forge coming in, sliding in. And he's really low on ammo. They're low on resources, as you can tell. He's opting to find a little bit of ammo. He's got a few shots with the longbow to find an opening, and they have the team on the run. There's the bubble for the cleanup, and now Forge literally has this game. All they got to do is just not throw. They have this game. This is theirs. This is a GG if I ever saw one. This would be a crazy play if he manages to clutch it out. And there it is. At least he got one. At least he got one there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pretty solid plays there as we see Forge gang coming out. What a gang, what a crew, what an amazing set of individuals. And now we're on to Game 3. Whew, ladies and gentlemen, what a massive plays as we're seeing already underway. I'm exhausted, but I'm already having a lot of fun. We're going into now Game 3. I was about to say Game 2 again. Excuse me. This is my moment to breathe. So I'm not doing the replays at the moment. Otherwise, I don't think I would ever stop talking for 9 hours straight. I'm going to have a sore throat tomorrow. 7 or 8 hours might break me mentally before it breaks my console or scuffs. Well, we're going to be shoutcasting today for 12 hours, so what's going to go first, my voice? Or... I mean, we're keeping it pretty calm. We're keeping it pretty good. All right, Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, this is Apex Legends Global Series, Last Chance Qualifiers. Waiting to get back into the next server. Waiting for the scoreboard to update so we can talk it through. We will go through the scoreboard in just a moment. And once we do, we'll get right back in. Trying to wait for the scoreboard update. Let's switch back over here. I'll fix this screen in just a hot second, and then we'll be good to go. Go right back in. And then we'll see once the scores are updated, that we'll be good to go. And again, if you join the casting, don't forget to leave a like. Every little bit helps support. It would mean the absolute world if you did. Definitely help support what we do here. This was last updated 259. Let me switch POVs and let's take a look at the score. So taking a look at the score, we have Forge Gang coming in at 32 points in first place. We have NCD, 30 points in second place. We have Alliance keeping a strong alliance here, 17 points. We have Team Legion, 16 points in fourth place. We also have Magicians keeping the magic strong at 15 points as well. So top 5 teams, these are the teams that could potentially move on for our playoffs. It's really anyone's game going into Game 3. While we're in a break here, I definitely recommend you grab yourself a snack. Grab yourself coffee if you need it to stay awake. Anything you need to keep going as the lobby continues to populate. This is my moment to breathe, to get back into it. As you can tell, we're bouncing back and forth. I'm going to switch POV so I don't forget. We definitely missed it at one point. We'll get back up and going in just a hot second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big game. I appreciate all of you guys. Don't forget, seriously, the only thing I ask of you for today is if you left a like on that stream, it would mean the absolute world. This is the last chance qualifiers. These are going to be the next 5 teams that you're going to see face off against some of the biggest names in the scene. There's some big names here in the lobby. Some big names. I know we had some upsets occur. Obviously, we'd love to have seen Shiv qualify and move on. Otherwise, he would have been in this bracket. But nonetheless, we see a lot of stellar talent. This is the 0.1%, 0.01% of players playing at this level and caliber. Don't worry, I'll turn off the music once we get into the game and get into the lobby, and then we'll be good to go. How many teams will qualify? Top 5. Top 5 are going to qualify. Don't forget to grab yourself a water. Stay hydrated. Water's good for you. It is now 3 o'clock. I have about 6 more hours of this, because we have 2 more for about this, 3 more, because we're in game 3, and then we have about another 4 hours right after. So it's going to be a very, very busy day. So if you hear my voice get a little quieter, I'm just trying to keep going so then we can commentate and get things underway. So great moment here, just to relax, take a breath of air as we get into the next round. So what do you guys think? Who are you guys rooting for? Who are you rooting for in this tournament? I'm rooting for Alliance. NCD obviously is going to be a fan favorite among individuals. Legion has been making some really big plays as well. So excited to see how they manage it. And also Forge Gang, playing patiently, waiting for the right moment. So pretty exciting. IPN last round, I have to say, his patience and making sure he had the right angle. I was waiting for him to see if he could pop that Revenant Totem, but of course we know if he popped the Revenant Totem, you just get sent right back. But he literally clutched it at the end there. Huge, huge play. And again, if you're just tuning in, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. This is Apex Legends Global Series, last chance qualifiers. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. Really means a whole lot. We got a lot of you guys in chat. So if any one of you guys took a moment to leave a like, and it definitely helps others find the stream, hopefully find this broadcast and follow along. It would mean a whole lot. Jonathan, it's great to have you here. Let's give a shout out to everyone in chat. Let's give a shout out to everyone in chat, shall we? What do you guys think? Move my mouse here. Jonathan, it's good to have you here. Maddox, Brick Boss, Hugh, Danny, Selen, Connor, Hugh, Cinnamon. Appreciate you, Connor, for moderating the chat. Really means a whole lot. I know there's a lot of people here in the chat itself. The Diesel, Bianca. Wonder if Leoness is still here. I saw her earlier. Matt, good to have you here as well. Maddox, the Swaggy. Actually, I'm Swaggy is your name. Good to have you. The Horizon, by the way, managed to get away. Barely got away. Good movement. A lot of great movement as we saw. A lot of patience. A lot of patience as it got really, really crazy. DNMK also making some pretty big plays. Connor, the reason they're not streaming is they don't stream the last chance qualifiers. A lot of positive conversation breaking out in the chat. Don't forget to grab yourself a snack, coffee. And yes, we do see Octane in the tournament. We are seeing Octane make some plays in the tournament for today. All right, in just a hot moment, we'll get into Game 3. Make sure my POV is switched. I'm going to switch right back to the scoreboard just for a hot second so you can see it. I want you guys to see the scoreboard. Forge, 32 points, first place. NCD, 30 points. Alliance, 17 points. Team Legion, 16 points. Magicians, 15 points. We'll wonder if we're going to see any teams switch back. I just want to make sure we don't forget it because we have before. Make some pretty big plays. Usually what we do also during the intermission is capture some replays, but I definitely need to pace myself for the next 6 hours. Be sure to get up and stretch, walk around, get the blood flowing. 2 minutes until we start. So this is a great moment for you guys to get a few moments in. 2 minutes. and come back and get ready for the next round. Again, the stream is on a 5-minute delay, and the reason for that is because we are following or broadcasting live as we're following all the action, as you can tell on the screen. How many teams will qualify? We'll have 5. 5 teams will qualify. 5 teams. Whew, I have to say, I also am kind of doing this for today, partly because I'm still technically new to shoutcasting, so any bit of practice, this is definitely working on my marathon skills. This is the longest I've ever had to broadcast, and this is possibly the longest that I've ever had to stream. At least I get a little bit of a break, as I did before. You can see earlier in the morning, I had a co-commentator. Unlucky Ducky was helping me out as well. All right, I'm going to go and ready up. 2 minutes to start. I'll pause the music when we hop in. We'll capture all the action. We'll paint the narrative. The teams we want to follow are Forge Gang. Let's take a look at the number. Forge is going to be number 3. NCD is going to be the team right above, which is great. We need to keep an eye on 3. We need to keep an eye on 11. And we need to keep an eye on Alliance. So we got our top 3 teams that we're going to keep an eye on. So I'll keep an eye and keep rotating. Why is the Last Chance Qualifiers not casted? That, I guess, is probably a little bit of a break because the playoffs is definitely going to be a strong, long, and busy broadcast. Would you know some of the big names in Middle East and Africa? I unfortunately do not. This is an area that I don't cover. I did cover APAC South once, and I followed mostly now APAC North. I know NA mostly because I'm from North America, and I know a bit of Europe. Some interesting little fact, I'm actually the general manager of SOAR Gaming. IPN actually used to be signed to SOAR back in the day. Great, phenomenal player. And there's a lot of phenomenal players in this lobby, which is why I'm keeping close tabs. We're going to keep a really close eye on Forge at the start of the next round, because I'm curious where they land. And also we have to keep a close eye on NCD and make sure they're not getting 50-50'd. How do you like to stream on mobile? All right, it's starting up. Let's get right back into it. Let's pause the music and go into the next round. So what we're going to see here, I'm going to showcase on screen the teams, the compositions that you saw. So we had some teams navigate away from Octane Revenant, but we had 2 teams opt to make that decision. All right. Going into the next round here, let's see if teams decide to change up their compositions or if they're going to stay consistent. NCD making some big plays. You guys are confusing me in the chat. I saw the typo there, and for a minute there, I even mistap there. When is the NA Last Chance Qualifiers? Right after the stream. They may even be going. Ruben, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate you being here as well. In 5-minute delay. Don't view my channel. It's good to have you here. I followed your rabbit hole right before. Appreciate for hopping back in and being a part of the channel and being part of the stream. So let's keep an eye on Forge Gang to see where they're going to land. Any teams change up their compositions? It looks like we have some minor switches. We still see Octane Revenant making some big plays, and Dolphin still sticking with Octane. Octane is definitely able to make an important play. Let's see how Forge Gang manages to clutch this out. So as we watch them rotate in, I will switch over to NCD in just a moment as well, because they could get contested like they did before, but I want to also see, hold on, zoom in, let's take a look. They may be hot contested. I may need to keep on the action here and watch them, because this could get pretty nasty, because he doesn't have any loot. And if he doesn't get any loot, this is going to be pretty bad. He's got a Mozambique. That's not the loot you want. That's not good. And luckily, the team did run away and they had their position. Let's take a look where Forge is landing. Forge is landing Skyhook side. And it looks like they're sitting comfortably on the south side. Nothing to worry about here. They do have a team on the north, but highly doubt they're going to get contested. Let's switch back over to NCD. NCD looking for an opportunity. Dolphin did get fried, but luckily as an Octane, he can find some positive positioning.
gets just barrel right out, and at least he can self-heal. Look how fast Octane actually heals. Imagine if Watson's heals were that fast. If they were that fast, you know, Watson would definitely be utilizing the meta a lot more. Her shield healing is good, but it just may not be enough to make a big enough play. So right now, teams are playing it pretty passive. They're playing it pretty safe. I want you guys to see the map to realize that there is no fight, so we're not missing anything. Don't worry, we're not missing a whole lot of action here at the moment. The most action we're going to see is taking place right here. Right in Fragment. Right now, everyone's just kind of going through their loot pattern. Let's take a switch. Endeavor's kind of sandwiched right between the two teams. A lot of teams are opting to take the Spitfire, the Volt, the R99, the R301. Makes you realize, and it's tough, is the Spitfire better than an R99 or R301? I think as long as you got a nice positive loot distribution, they could technically all live within the same tier. I know I did a weapon tier list. I definitely feel I was wrong in that regard. I'm always quick to admit whenever I was wrong. But what's interesting is we don't see as much Octane Revenant, though. So I don't think we were wrong about that either. So we do see some teams rotating. One team is rotating right behind New, as we saw from before, had a good performance, but has been pushed out of the top 10. They need to have some renewed energy here and find some positioning. Oh, we do have a fight that's breaking out. Clowns getting hit from a distance. It looks like he just got out of position, unfortunately, which gave them some free KP, and their team is just opting to run away. Which makes sense. They're getting their bats. They're not going to be able to get their buddy's banner. Let's switch right back to Alliance. They're sitting comfortably south below. They are currently our 4th place team. Let's take a look at Forge Gang, make sure that we're not missing any action there. Forge Gang is looking like they're sitting pretty comfortably at NCD as well. They opted to take No Name. Nobody has really hit Beacon. This is most likely going to be a Fragment ending. Let's take a look as Magicians pulling some magic, pulling the magic trick. Which card is it? As they rotate up. They know the team is right below them, but will they be able to make a play here? Some solid damage going out. There's the bubble, but they got to be careful because the caustic gas is on the left of them. And if they're not careful enough, they could definitely take some extra unnecessary damage from this fight. They're opting for the bubble fight. The Mozambique coming in hot. Is it enough? It is! The switch POVs. We only have the Gibraltar who's up and alive. We do have a lot of teams thirding this encounter. The Gibraltar does go down. Let's switch back to the POV to Major Pushes. Major Pushes opting to take a position back. They have a 30-30 repeater and an alternator. They're trying to get some pokes. It looks like Dolphin is rotating in. NCD is trying to get out. And if they're not careful, they're going to get eliminated in 18th place. ARPs for the Arcstar. It's not enough, unfortunately. The team is going to rotate right back out. They do see him switching back over to Dolphin's POV to see if they're actually going to push in, or if they're not, they're going to sweep up this kill. Major Pushes, making some major plays and major pushes in the tournament thus far. Looks like Dolphin called for his team NCD to play for placement. They don't want to go out in 18th place, just not worth it. They won't have enough kill points to maintain their current standing of 2nd place. As teams decide to rotate, find some positioning, get comfortable, that's all we're seeing right now occur. Let's see if there's a fight happening with Wesh here. And let's switch back over to Alliance, who's rotating hard on the south side. Nothing to worry about there. Major Pushers still making their pushes. There's not going to be any fighting really breaking down, as you can see from the map. I want you guys to understand where teams are at, knowing to have faith that we're not missing anything. And here we have with CHMK making the next play. Is this going to be the team that goes out in 17th place? They have Octane Revenant. They could push that building. They could push that roof. They could do it. Are they going to do it?
What do you think is
He's making the call. He's saying push the Revenant. We called it. We called it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And there's a jump pad. Now they got to make sure to just take different angles as they fly in. It's not enough to take ultimate height, but now all they got to do is take the stairs and climb up on an off angle here. The Octane taking a nasty angle, but the bubble comes out clutch just in time. There's the Eva, gets sent back. Let's switch POVs to see if the Bloodhound was able to clutch it out, and they were not, and they opt immediately to back out of this. Just said not worth. Not worth. This is what we see time and time again. They push, they run. Very frustrating to deal with, but Dead Inside is not feeling dead. They're feeling very much alive. Feeling alive, they said, we're not dead inside. We're here. Don't fight us. Don't mess with us. We don't care if we're running Octane Revenant. Don't disrespect us in this lobby. If you even try it again, we'll kill you. It's like seeing Simba run away in The Lion King and the hyena screaming at them. If you ever come close again, we'll kill you. For all those Disney lovers out there. So no fighting is definitely occurring at the moment. We do see a team rotating here on the north east side, west side. Pulling a west side story. All these teams right now are just holding. They're not really going to fight. All we're seeing is everyone hunkered down. Most of the time, and again, the educational moment, you're not going to see teams. I love crypto whenever he pulls the eye in the sky for me, so it can just color commentate and see what's happening. It's giving us all the angles. All they're doing is finding a position, and when a crypto bomb goes out, they're not going to push. All they're going to do is they're opting for some damage. That's really all they're going to do. An Alliance about to make a potential play, pushing ahead. Let's see if they got their Revenant Totem. They do. So is he going to push the Revenant Totem right above and make a play on this? Is this the play that we're looking for? Are these the droids that we're looking for? I don't know. We'll find out in just a moment to see if they'll push the totem right down below and if they're aware of their presence. Because this could be Christmas for them. Could be what they're looking for. All they need to get a nice crack, put the totem down, go all in, and they're going to be good to go. And it looks like they're just opting to run away. CHMK is also running Octane Revenant, so we could just see a massive trade back and forth. They opt to run away, and they live to see another day. Team Legion, as one of our high competitors, 4th place, with a total of 16 points at the moment, having some solid momentum. We'll see if they manage to catch out this team in front of them, and they're aware of their presence. If he gets some nice solid G7 shots, Nook could definitely take this away and make a crack, and has his port ready to fight for the positioning. But they won't do anything unless they get a crack, or if they get a knock. If they get a knock, they'll full send it. But it looks like T-Rex is going to just rotate away. They're not going to fight this. No reason. All they're going to do is just find their positioning. They've got a charge rifle. They got a lot of shots in it. They got to be sure not to get shot. Horizon just having some high mobility, picking him out, art flexing. Apologize, missed that for just a hot second. Let's switch back over to Forge, see how they're doing. Forge Gang. It was almost like Floor Gang, but they're Forge Gang. Having some positive plays here. They're the team that's actually hard gating them out. I know a lot of individuals don't have a lot of faith in the longbow, but when you land your shots, it does a nice amount of damage, and it eats less sniper bullets. Look at that movement back and forth, just to frustrate them as they're rotating in. Let's see if we're going to miss any of the fights down south. As you can tell, there's 2 teams. Alliance has to push in. Let's see if they're about to get into a firefight here. Let's see if they still have their Revenant Totem. They still have the totem, but they need to be careful to place it, and they are aware that there's no teams on the south side right behind them.
Let's go over here.
Again, I'm showcasing the map every once in a while just so you're aware of the location of where teams have moved, in case you need to see it and catch up. But nonetheless, I like to bounce back and forth. I know we can definitely go third person, but I definitely prefer to see the first person action to make sure we don't miss any of the shots, because a lot can happen in a battle royale. So we see teams about to rotate in. We have CHMK about to make a possible play here. They do have the Revenant Totem still, but they do have a building that's safe and secure. Alliance is aware of their presence, and they're about to make a push in. They're going to fight for this building. Are we going to see a Octane Revenant versus Octane Revenant in Europe? Are we going to see it happen? Potentially. We'll potentially see this play out. A lot of teams right now, nobody's actually making a big play. Everyone's playing pretty respectfully. We do have one team, DNMK, making a potential play here, but we're not seeing anybody really fight. As you can tell, Dead Inside is just holding their building. They have a Flatty, they have an EVA 8, and they're going for the scan. They are aware that the team is holding in Fragment. We'll see how teams decide to play this out. The zone is really going to be what pushes the pressure. We do have NCD who has recovered, luckily, brought back their Octane. Dolphin is flexing the new skin, as we see from Octane. It's actually in the store at the moment. It's actually a pretty sick skin, especially if you're an Octane team. Oh, let's switch up over to Alliance. Gets a nice Kraber shot. That came out of nowhere. But is it going to be enough to make a play? We'll find out in just a moment. We'll keep an eye because we do have a Kraber in play. He's got a total of 11 bullets. We'll see how this all shapes up. As we hear the lobby kind of go a little quiet, this is definitely okay. It gives me a moment to breathe. Moment to see where the action's going, but Alliance is commentating, noticing that there is a team located right behind them. This is Dolphins' team located right behind them. Let's see how Dolphins going to get out of the situation.
What do you think is over here?
This is Zone 2. They're hurting on shields. They really can't take a fight. All they can do is rotate. Octane's jump pad definitely gives them the mobility they're looking for. Alliance notices that they're not there anymore and is going to opt to rotate right back into zone and wait for another team to catch out. Major pushers making a potential play here on the far right of the map. We have 18 squads still remaining, 53 individuals still in play. What's going to happen, unfortunately, is we're going to see potentially 3 or 4 fights break out all at once. Let's take a look at Forge Gang. Forge Gang has the north side of the map, holding it down, hunkered down. But a lot of fights are going to break out all at once because all these teams have to fight for something. There's just not enough space in the map to potentially hold or house all these teams unless they just form an alliance, no pun intended, together to hold their spot. Cleave trying to get some damage in with the Volt. Has at least all the attempts that he does need for it. Let's switch back over to Alliance POV. Looks like they opted for a Revenant push, and they're going to go right back in. Let's see how the Revenant makes a potential play here. Kraber's shot goes out. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get any damage, but he's going to rotate back because the time is going to expire in just a moment for his team. But luckily, the Gibraltar comes in at a flying angle like a flying trapeze. Veif's able to reposition with his squad. Looks like Alliance is getting pushed. This is not what they needed. They're getting a whole Remnant push. This is the worst nightmare. This is like playing ranked at this point. They do send 2 teams back, but it's not going to be enough because the other team is just going to push right back in. And Alliance is now struggling with only 1 person left on their team. Legion did get word of what's happening, and they're opting to put some strong G7 shots into this team. They're going to rotate out. Let's take a look back at Alliance and see how they managed to fare, and they unfortunately do get knocked, and that takes them out of the game. NCD is here present. They are aware. They are on the left side, or excuse me, on the right side of that team, but they're not going to push in. Everyone's going to hard reset back to their little spots, back to little huts, and feel comfortable yet again. Yet again. So right now, teams, we've lost 2 teams. 16 teams in the lobby, 10 seconds. It's about to get really chaotic. Dolphins team has a hard rotation in. The north side of the map is fine. It looks like the struggle is going to be on the bottom left. He almost levels his white armor up to blue. He needs just 30 more damage, then he can sell it up and have blue armor ready to play. Unfortunately, the Bloodhound does go down, and Badali's coming in with the Gibby Bubble Res. He does have a gold bag, which is a nice reset for his team. Dolphin is just covering the angles, popping a stim, trying to find positioning, and the Bloodhound pops his ult, and is going to get caught out yet again, and they're probably going to have to opt to leave him down behind, and there's a jump pad to find positioning out, but it's not enough. They're all flying in various directions, but it's not going to be enough to keep him into the game, and Badali is the only one that's alive in the building. And let's switch out to POVs outside of the building to see how Major Push is able to catch out all these teams. Gets a massive prime with a Volt, almost 1 mags him, but he gets his bat off, and now they're waiting for the other teams to rotate in. He's getting solid damage with the Thermite, throws down the Gibby Bubble, rotates, crack left and right. That is happening across the lobby. What a massive amount of damage going out. Every single team is fighting. It's chaos. It's utter chaos right now. Disco Boys hanging down below, thinking that it's the 70s, that they can still hold this positioning. I don't know what they're thinking. They have to rotate in, or they have to push into this action. Maybe we'll see Mila Kunis. Maybe we'll see Ashton Kutcher. I'm not quite sure. Is that 70s show? Is the Disco Boys going to make a play? Are they going to rotate in? They're not. They're gonna hard hold their angle. Major Pushers does manage to get the cleanup. We managed to catch the last POV last second, and here we are. Everyone settled back in, and Disco Boys are chilling inside. They're sitting comfortable for now, but what they realize is that if a team pushes down below, that's kind of it for them, honestly. Forge Boys is sitting comfortably. This is our first place team, by the way. We'll switch back to them. It's very important we follow them, but they haven't been getting into any of the action on the north side of the map, which is respectable. They are aware of the team right above them. The teams that are going to have the hardest rotation, which is why we're keeping an eye on them, are the 2 teams on the south side. This whole south side right here is going to be an absolute mess. Everyone else is kind of comfortable for the most part. But these teams down below are what we have to worry about and keep an eye on, because this is going to be where the next fight is going to take place. Disco Boys keeping it funky, keeping it fresh.
Might be something good this way.
If they play down below, they could Wraith Port in, but it may not be enough. Honestly, they'll take way too much zone damage, so they just have to rotate in and find their positioning. We do have a potential fight by CHMK coming out. Rug getting some solid damage, but not enough to get any knocks. But if he was able to, that would have been a massive play. He needs to hard reset, cover for his teammate. He does manage to knock the Gibraltar, and now he can hard reset with his team. Everyone's healing up. Everyone's got gold armor. This is a hard fight for them to be in. This is a 3v1 situation. This is the exact situation that they're looking for with a nice cleanup. And it looks like Boss is running away, trying to live another day. And he's going to run into a different rat, and there it is. Gonzalez showing up, getting the free KP. We do have another fight breaking out. Elements sees the Cryptodrome flying in. It looks like CHMK going for a full push on this building. Is it going to be enough? Nice silence. Was not enough to stop the Wraith, though, unfortunately, but they did manage to lock her inside the building. This is like a Saw Trap movie. Captured the Wraith inside and locked her in. That's a big brain play if I ever saw one. Now he's popping his Revenant Totem and saying, who are we going to push next? Who are we going to push next? Gets sent back, unfortunately. Boss is making a play, pushing the door, breaking the door, gets sent back, but at least they managed to break the door above, making it feel quite uncomfortable, and they're going to reset. And let's take a look at Elements POV from the situation. A lot of damage going out. DNMK sitting pretty comfortable. Let's take a look at Forge. They're still in the game. They still have the largest angle here. They have height. But unfortunately, they do have to lose height to find some positioning. You can't take too much damage. This is our first place team from before. T-Rex making a big play, taking the angles. Looks like a discovery zone as they're taking the pipes, rotating in. And there's the bubble to buy them some time, but it may not be enough. They're trying to kick down the door and puts a Zuck right in front of it, but it's not enough. T-Rex miscalculated here with this push because unfortunately now they may just go right out. There's the Wraith Q to refine his positioning. He's going to close the doors right after, and all he can do is pray. They don't realize that the team is right above, and there it is. He could reset for his crew here. This Wraith could be making the biggest play of his life. He's burning. He's cooking everyone down below, and he's going to opt for the res. I don't really know how they're going to clutch this out. This is getting really, really close and really intense. Unfortunately, the Gibby does go right back down, but manages to throw an Arc Star. Is it going to be enough to stop him? And it's not. Unfortunately, the Wraith does go down. Let's switch over to the POV. Safely is now safe inside the building. CHMK really struggling to find their spot here in LG. But if they do, this could be pretty good for them. This could be good for them. Manages to get his full Phoenix off. And now repositioning with a flatline. He has a Kraber still in hand. The team does get mopped up and they have to rotate in before they take too much zone damage. And there's a jump pad hopping into the mayhem. Using this bubble. Big brain play. 200 IQ. No smooth brains in the lobby here. Mopping up a team right in the back. Does get knocked. And now all they have to rely on is the Revenant. And he gets knocked. And there it is. And West showing up. Gonzalez hiding for his life. About to get knocked. And he gets taken out. And Forge is now in the top 5 situation. Or number 1 team from the prior round. They're playing it patient. They're playing it smart. They're swapping cells. He's trying to reposition. Trying to find his angle. And we'll see if he actually manages to clutch it out. We'll find out. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Teams are duking it out. Safely is safe in the building. They want to play it safe. They're trying to cater towards an aim, playing it safe. Forge gang. Are they the gang? Who's rooting for Forge? Can I get in chat who's rooting for Forge to take this? Because if they take this, this is game 3. I mean, this could be a really big spell for them to take first overall. Science in the lobby has fallen. And all we're waiting for is the zone to close for teams to get caught out of position. This is getting spicy. This is getting scary. That team over there hanging out in the little tunnels there. As if this was a Chuck E. Cheese. But there's nothing safe here. Ooh, and solid damage goes out by Rowe with the longbow. All he has to do is keep screaming for his teammate to crawl over, and he's trying to find... And the team is aware that there's a knock. And Disco Boys going out in style. The solid 5th place. Let's switch back over to Forge Gang because this is our top place team. Forge Gang has every opportunity. We're going to stay on them because they have every opportunity to win this. Quite literally. They could win this. As long as they play this patiently, they play this right. Because they have the high ground. The other teams are all duking it out. And because they have the high ground, they have every opportunity to poke on every other team, which is why we're watching them. Nice solid damage. Unfortunately, not enough. The Wraith does get away. The EVA 8 with the purple bolt does shoot like a madman. And they're waiting for the team to get pushed out. They're pointing at it, waiting for that free KP to rotate right into them. They're waiting for it. They're like, why isn't that person leaving? Is he still in there? They're unaware if he is. There's the Wraith port to come right back in. They waited at the last moment to push it in. Forge, are they going to be throwing this encounter? Teams are opting to push right back up. Is he going to be able to get the res in time? He does have gold bag. Resets with the Wraith. The Wraith may come out with a immediate Q to reposition. And there it is, as we called it. Repositions on the roof. Forge just has to stay alive just a little longer to get a few more KP points. Takes a bit of zone damage, and now he's pretty much safe right here. The switch over to a different POV to the fight, where Safely is coming in clutch with a Mastiff. He's going to find the other Wraith in just a moment. They're unaware in the back, and he does shoot him in the back and does go out right there after. We'll switch back over to Forge. It looks like they did get knocked. I just want to confirm that. Safely, now there's only a few more squads remaining. They're finding every which angle. Does get a solid crack. Gets one knock, almost two, and that goes to the champion of lobby. Whew, man. What a game going into game 3. We'll refresh once we get the scores updated for you guys to see. But this is pretty big for Forge. They at least managed to get at least 4th place there. That's going to be positive for them. NCD unfortunately got knocked out pretty early, as well as Alliance. And Team Legion managed to hold it together. We'll take a look at that breakdown in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up that old classical music of Apex Legends, and let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at the breakdown. Solid game for our first place winner there. Vusia, Regu, and Shadow coming in clutch. Regu, 1,700 damage. Really clutching it out. Once the scores are updated, hop back in, and we're going into now game 4, ladies and gentlemen. Game 4. Looks like the score points were updated, so give me a quick second and we'll switch over to that POV and take a look at all the action that is taking place. Give me 1 second. While we're in this limbo state, this is a great moment to leave a like on the stream. If you leave a like, it definitely helps others locate the stream. We have 341 likes so far. If we get some likes on the stream, there's over 1,000 of you hanging out right now. It'd be very much appreciated if anybody left a like on the stream to help out. It would mean a whole lot. Now, let me pull up the scores here. All right, let me switch POVs. As you can tell, Forge Gang is taking first place with 42 points. NCD, second place with 33 points. Apologize if I mispronounced their name. I believe is Shikavika. Shikavika is taking third place with 27. CHMK times LG at 27, and Team Legion in 5th place with 20 points. Pretty big play that we're seeing overall. So now while we have a moment, we're going to switch back over. We're going into Game 4. We'll hop in, we'll reconnect, and we'll be good to go. I may take a quick moment just to walk around. I've been sitting for a majority of the day. Now this is probably going into my 6-hour casting. 4 hours this morning. 2 hours into the afternoon here. It's been nonstop. It's been chaotic. So take a moment now to leave a like on the channel and the stream. It would mean the absolute world. Let's hang tight. Let's get comfortable. And we will hop right back in just a moment. So I'm going to step away. This is a great moment for you to step away as well. Go grab yourself a snack. We still have 3 more rounds in going into Game 4. And then we have North America to cover right after. So stay tight. Subscribe to the channel because I don't want you to miss North America either as we cover everything here. So again, I will be right back. Don't forget to check out the leaderboard. It is pinned right above. You can see the brackets there available for you. It's all present and available for you guys. Give me a hot second. I'm going to step away, go to the washroom, walk around, stretch my legs because I've been going for about 6 hours, approaching 7, and then we'll get going. All right, everybody, we are back. We're about to get started into the next round. Don't forget to take a moment to leave a like on the channel and the stream, and we'll get started into the next round. Just a reminder, let's cover some of the scoring here. I appreciate all of you guys for being with me for today, allowing me to be your driver for Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifier. So if you're just tuning in, that's where we're color commentating today. We did APAC North already for 4 hours, so if you haven't seen that and that's a region that you're very passionate about, you can definitely check it out. Hopefully you got yourself a snack. Hopefully you got yourself some water. I was sure to walk around and stretch. And nonetheless, we are pretty much good to go. So let's take a look at that score breakdown real quick. Just a reminder. So we got Forge Gang, 42 points, first place. We have second place, NCD, 33 points. We'll just go with Chikavica with third place, 27 points. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. This team is doing amazing, nonetheless. All these teams are performing quite well. CHMK at 27 points in fourth place, and then Team Legion in fifth place with 20 points. This is still anyone's game, as you can tell. Succubus is right down below, and Alliance can definitely clutch out a win and snack right back up to second or third place. So the next round is about to begin, and we'll get started here in just a moment. But yeah, we are halfway there. We are halfway through the overall broadcast. Over the halfway mark. Technically, APAC North is done. We're halfway through now. I'm going to switch POV so I don't forget. I managed to at least forget it at one point for the next round 5 minutes in. Don't want to make that mistake again. And we here just appreciate all of you guys for being so patient, understanding. But nonetheless, it really means a whole lot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me take a look. I'm going to tab out just make sure we're not missing anything for the overall round. Oh, did I forget to enter this? Oh, I forgot to... Thank you, Katrin, for catching that, by the way. I appreciate it. Very much appreciated that you got that. I forgot to hit enter on my little message for the announcement. So that means a whole lot, and it really means the world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into the next round here in just a moment. I'm just going to check chat, make sure there is nothing else going on. All right. Looks like we're looking pretty good. All right, what's going to happen at this point once we finish Europe? I will probably have about 10-15 minutes, and we're going to I got to set up the stream once more again and switch some of the scenes, and we're going to hop right into North America. Quite literally. It's going to be a big switcheroo. We're going to go from like we did from APAC North. At least I got to take a 2-hour nap, and then I woke up, and then here we are again for Europe. We're halfway through Game 4. If you're just tuning in, it's great to have you. This is Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifiers Winter Circuit for Europe. It's a mouthful. A mouthful of text that comes out, obviously, because this is a pretty big event. This is right before the playoffs. We're going to see the top 5 teams that move on to go into playoffs to be eligible to snag a part of the $500,000 prize pool. All right, we'll see in a moment once the lobby starts. We'll see if any teams decide to change up their comp. It looks like it's working quite well for NCD. They don't need to even run Revenant, but I wonder if the Revenant is not working for some of these squads. If Revenant might be a little bit too much. Forge Gang is kind of sticking to their guns, and it's really working quite well for them with 42 points, you know? So pretty big day, pretty big contenders. And appreciate all the patience as we kind of work through everything. So this is a moment now, as we're looking at the lobby, to realize just how much is on the line for these teams. A lot of teams are starting to get what I call disrespectful in the lobby. It means that they're just making a push, trying to go for the kill points. They only have 3 more games to make a play. And you have to realize, if you click on the link above and the current standings, that some of these teams need those points. Like Croissants, Wesh, Clowns, Dead Inside. While they've had decent placement, they need to get points. Placement is just not going to be enough to really clutch out of this tournament. To get in the top 5, they're going to need to have the kill points to back it up. And if they don't, well, that's going to spell death for them, and then obviously they'll be out of the running. So it looks like the server is starting up. I am switched over to the right scene. I just want to make sure you guys have everything. The music is quiet at the moment. I'm going to pause it to make sure it doesn't pick up, and then we'll be good to go for the next round, Game 4, Apex Legends Global Series, Last Chance Qualifiers of Europe. I'm going to pull up what the compositions were before, kind of memorize this, take a look, see if there's any changes that you see, and we'll see in the next screen, once everyone has picked the Legends, what's going to change and what's not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting right back in. Looking pretty solid, looking pretty good. Everyone is picking their Legend and getting comfortable to their landing spots. I'm going to keep an eye on Forge. I'm going to keep a close eye on Forge. Those are our new stars of the lobby. Forge as well as NCD. Keeping pretty consistent, as well as Chikavica. Apologies if I mispronounced your name. We'll keep tabs on them as well, which they are team number 17. All right, well, I got my binds, so I know what I'm looking at and what we're going to switch to. I'll keep a close eye on all those three. I think we've been doing a pretty good job capturing all the action and seeing everything that's taking place. It's going to be a pretty great round for Apex.
I'm going over there.
All right, so Forge Gang, let's keep an eye, make sure nobody contests them. Take a look at the map. They always opt to take the south side, so we'll see how that works out for them. I don't think the team on the north is really going to hard contest. It would be kind of crazy if they did. They're looking pretty good. NCD opting for Fragment yet again. Switch back to Forge Gang. They're doing okay. Not too bad, not too shabby. NCD still flying right in. I'm going to switch over to that POV. I want you to see, chat, where they're heading and what's going to potentially happen. You see the teams flying right next to each other here. I know there's no audio. They just kind of, from switching back and forth. Endeavor is right here on top of them. NCD, if they manage to get enough loot and ammo, they could take this fight. But like they did before, they would probably opt to play it patiently. Switch back over to Forge Gang. They might getting into a fight already. Wow, look at that. Nope, looks like they're going to rotate right back. DNMK is going to be rotating right back, and they're not going to opt to take this fight. Let's take a look at one other team here. Capture them in just a second. We got Forge Gang here. Again, they're sitting pretty comfortable. Nothing to worry about here. Nothing to see here. And then, of course, the other team that we need to take a part of is Shadow, Regu, and Vuzia. Their location, they seem to be taking the north side here. Over by Survey Camp, they have to hard rotate. They're using the crafting station to get as much as they can. Their armor situation isn't looking great, which is the downside of Survey Camp. When you're on Survey Camp, the biggest thing is that you just don't get a whole lot of loot in terms of armors. But it looks like the Bloodhound Vuzia has lucky been finding some loot. That's partly because he's been looting the north side up here and getting the loot that he does need. Switch back over to NCD. Nobody's pushing him at the moment. No fights breaking out. There could be a potential fight breaking out with Endeavor here. I don't think they're aware of the presence of the team on the left. We'll have to find out in just a moment to see if this actually plays out. If not, we'll switch back POVs and make sure nobody else is fighting. Overall, teams are playing very respectful. Switch over to Wesh. Took some solid damage, though, from the triple take. So all he has to do is just kind of back up from this. He doesn't really have the range to really fight him and contest him. And there's his bat for the hard reset. So Endeavor is aware of them, and they might be able to make a potential play here, as long as he just pinned, seeing where NCD was located. NCD not looking half bad. Teams rotating, everyone trying to find their positioning. NCD opting to rotate by the tunnel side. As they rotate over the tunnel, they're free. They're pretty comfortable here. This isn't bad. This is not a bad situation to be in. Notice he kind of skipped the attachment there. He pinged it, but maybe the Dolphin's hard flexing. It doesn't need the fast zoom in. All right, what we're looking at here, no teams are currently fighting. We might have a breakout from major pushers. They do have the low ground, but there is a team flying right above them, or right near them, I should say.
Listen, let's move here.
Magicians taking different angles, looking for some KP. There's still 20 squads remaining. The zone closes in 12 seconds. There's the port to find some positioning. Play it safe. And it looks like they're going to have to push into this team. Let's take a look at the Wraith. She goes right back. And the Crypto is here to use his ult. They have to be careful because the team is on the left ready for them. And they have the ult just as a way out. And they take out the drone. And now they've used all their utility. They have nothing left in their toolkit right now. So all they got to do is just run right back and reposition. I'm surprised major pushers didn't see this action or take some shots as they rotated out in the open. They're playing it safe. Maybe their resources, as you can tell, are a bit low. They only have a bit of R99 ammo, and they're sharing a bunch of light. Here, they got 2 R301s of R99, so they have to be sure that the fight they do take is worth it. Team Legion actually in a gunfight here, trying to rotate out. Let's take a look at the team that's pushing them. CHMK, as we mentioned before, is taking this building. As teams rotate in, I don't think that we're going to see a whole lot of teams actually hard commit and fight. Partly because they just need to fight for the zone. Some charge rifle shots, gets the crack right back on him. The Gibby shield is not as overpowered as it used to be. It does bleed into the armor, and they need to be mindful of that. Can't just pick for free. Doesn't happen anymore. Let's take a look at how Forge is doing. Forge is rotating in. Taking the long rotation. They could potentially run into Alliance. They could potentially run into Wesh.
I'm gonna make a move. Attacking.
But Wesh is opting to take staging.
Let's check out this way.
Some pretty big play by Forge Gang.
Thank you.
So while silence is falling in the lobby, this is a great moment just to take a moment to thank you guys for being here on the streaming broadcast. Know that it really means a whole lot. Hopefully you're enjoying the cast. If you are, take a moment and slap a like on the channel. Right now is a great time to talk about it because, well, you know, the teams are playing a little patiently. There's not a whole lot to worry about. I'm keeping an eye on Forge Gang because they're our top dogs of the lobby. Still, again, 42 points. But this is a great moment to take a breather. What you're watching is Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifiers. The Last Chance Qualifiers is a moment for them to go into the playoffs for qualifying for $500,000. So there's certain teams you're not seeing here. It's because they've already qualified. Now we're seeing literally the last chance for these teams. This is the 0.01% of the player base. This is a high skill lobby, high tier lobby. And all these pros know how to make smart decisions on their rotations and how to win a gunfight. It's just a matter of how good their comms are. How good is their synergy?
Energy mag here.
All of that's going to matter here.
I see an enemy over there. Let's relocate here.
Don't forget to grab yourself some water, by the way. Let's switch over to Alliance.
Let's move these.
Alliance got some solid damage in. Saw it right away and switched over to their POV immediately. And there is the Revenant push. Fortunately, it made... Oh, that's some solid damage. There we go. We got... Oxbow is now knocked by Veifs. And he's going to put his silence right at the right angle there. It may not be enough. The Gibby's down below. He does get the silence. But they need to be careful to hard commit too much on this because the team on the other side is waiting for them to make a mistake. Solid R301 attempts, but unfortunately is unable to fully connect. And the Revenant Totem is now down. And their Gibby... They're now getting hard contested back. The poor team down below, all they're going to do at this point is rotate. Let's take a look at what that team is doing. CHMK and LG are trying to find their KP points. But unfortunately, it may not be enough. All they're going to do is hard reset. We're about to see a lot of fighting occur. New is now back in the building. Alliance is reset on height. Forge Gang is okay for the most part from where they're at. They got the eye in the sky and they're looking for the opportunity. And if we switch over to NCD, they have not been in any fights and they're hard rotating on the backside. So that's the update of where all the teams that are in the top 5 situation right now. I could switch over again now over to Team 17, which is our third place at 27 points that we need to keep an eye on as well. They're getting the beacon. And this is going to get messy, guys. Look how many teams are holding this. This zone, whenever it closes and teams start to get really uncomfortable and start to feel the pressure, this isn't going to look very good for them. Alliance is sitting pretty comfortably up above. NCD is just finding the rotation in. We look at Team 3, Forge Gang, noticing just how much of a pickle they're going to be in to rotate through all these teams. He's about to finish up his range on his drone, and there it is. He gets called back. But at least he got a lot of intel and a lot of information of where teams are at. So everyone's going to be quite quiet in the lobby. There's no reason to push anything. I'm looking at the map. I want you guys to understand what you're watching and what you're seeing. None of the teams are going to push out. None of them. But we will have teams flying in to find positioning. T-Rex coming in. Pretty hot, taking the high ground. At least they found some footing in the center, but they're going to get picked on from multiple angles here. They just have to take their cool. They should not get pushed on this. This could be just free farm damage from the enemy team. It does cost them some resources, and all they have to do is just wait, reset, and they should be okay. Let's see what team is picking on them from a distance. It looks like it's Succubus taking some shots from a distance, picking on them. Let's see if he has an angle. He has him there. Oh, I can't believe he missed that shot. I think that was free damage right there. I'm not sure how he managed to miss that. But you know what? These are professionals. The unfortunate thing does happen when you miss a shot. He could have been off by just a hair. Let's switch back over from various Team Forge Gang. Let's see how they're finding their footing. The right underneath. Have a strong R301. Legit Lolly is finding the information for his team and where they need to rotate and where they need to move to. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is Game 4 of Apex Legends Last Chance Qualifier, Winter Circuit, Europe. See some teams trying to find their footing. Got teams crafting here. Oh, took off the drone. Let's switch back to the POV and see what's going to happen here. Forge Gang, this is our top contender team. This is our first place team at 42 points. They can't go out right now because they'll virtually get nothing. They don't have any points right now. So they can't afford this. Trying to take out the drone before it becomes a nuisance, and they're getting shot from multiple angles, and all they can do is just hold and wait and pray. I'm rooting for Forge Gang at this point. They've really shown up as a team. They've really showcased that they have the synergy, that they have the skills, and they have the confidence to run away with first place. Now let's switch over to Alliance real quick. Alliance is further down, unfortunately. Let's switch back over to Shadow's team. Vuzia and Regu. Let's see how they're handling the rotation in. They have a hard rotation, as you can tell from the north side. They do see DNK is on the left side, so we'll see how they manage to find this angle and find a free spot in, because they can't really take the bottom part. It's not really that ideal. It's not the best position to be in.
Let's go this way. Cancel that.
All right, we got 30 seconds in zone, and this is where the chaos occurs. This is where it gets crazy. This is where it gets chaotic. NCD sitting pretty comfortable in Sorting Factory. They get the scan. They are aware of another team. They need to push this team out, but they may just wait until they can find the right crack and the right angle. The Bloodhound just providing them intel. One's on the roof at the moment, finding different points of entry, making sure they don't get rotated on, make sure there's no teams. Let's take a look at Chikavica. They do see their team right down below, and this is going to be free KP points. They're going to chase this, get their free KP, but they got to make sure not to get thirded. Nice wall bounce, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. And there it is, the next squad that goes out at 19th place. They did the best they could. It just unfortunately was not enough, and the team at Choke, Wesh, is aware of them. They have a flatline, they have an EVA 8. They're ready to rock. A lot of flat lines on this team. They need to be careful, though, because they need to get into zone before it's too late. A lot of teams are not fighting and pulling up the map, so you're aware of what you're seeing based on various teams and locations. Not a whole lot of fighting is occurring, just a lot of poke damage right now, but we will see a fight break out here on the north side. And, of course, we will have a team breakout from the Magicians as well. Magicians has also been a great squad to watch, but unfortunately has been underperforming for today. But it could just be the luck of the draw of what they're having thus far. They're getting impatient. You see the wall bounces. You see the pressure building because we got a minute and 27. Now, the unfortunate part, I'm going to give you guys a heads up. What's going to happen, we're going to see multiple fights break out. We're going to see the north side, and we're going to see the south side break out. And there's only so much we can watch, so we're going to have to be a little picky on what we pick here. I'm going to opt to pick for... Let's see, which team do we want to... Let's watch Forge Gang, because this is our top place contender to see how they hard gate this. Honestly, they're probably not going to get into a fight. Let's take a look at Alliance. Alliance is finally actually making a play. They do get Gibby ulted up. They're going to opt to rotate right behind instead. That taking that massive amount of damage. They do have a jump pad. They do have the Revenant ultimate. So they could, if they wanted to, jump right down and get a hard reset, but potentially get some cracks down below to grief this team. They do have the jump pad to fly back right in, but you need to be careful because the zone's going to close in 33 seconds. So the fighting is going to occur on the north side here and the south side. This is where all the action is going to take place. I highly doubt these teams are going to fight here. There goes the Revenant Totem out as we predicted, and now they have to full send and just pray that they manage to clutch something out. There's the Arc Star, there's the stick, there's the knock. Mozambique with hammers comes in, coming in clutch, and he finishes it up. Needs to get the crack, but unfortunately gets sent back. Let's see if his teammates are able to clutch it up. There's a port right back up to them. And let's see if he manages to clean this up, gets sent back, and we're seeing the flashes of light occurring back and forth. They do get the cleanup. They become kill leader in the lobby, and Alliance is looking quite solid on this play. They need to watch out because Croissant's coming in. I'm getting hungry just speaking of their name. Pops his Q and says, nope, let's just rotate back in. They were going to go for the push, but it may not be worth it anymore. Let's see how Alliance manages to cover their angle because they could push up Croissant for some free KP, but it may not be enough. They're getting shot from a different angle. Throws down the Gibby. Now we get a Gibby bubble fight. Eva versus Mastiff engagement. There is a jump pad to kind of throw them off. Hopefully they run into it, make a mistake. And he does. Comes in, and there's the mistake that we were looking for. That Gibby's got to be regretting everything. I would be regretting it. He should have waited for his team. Should have waited for his team, man. Maybe if they all went on that all at once, that would have been the play, but now we see them getting hard grief, pushed in the back, and they send back the Revenant, and all we need to do is see them recover their HP, and they should be okay. The north side of the map is looking pretty solid. The south side, CHMK, is resetting the building after a failed Revenant push, and we see Succubus taking shots on the north side with a Sentinel. Now, let's take a look, make sure we're not going to miss any of the next encounters or fights that are going to occur. Everything is looking pretty stable. We do have a fight breaking out here with New resetting. There is a frag grenade right in front of him, but luckily it doesn't hit them. He has his caustic barrels out in play for the damage, but has to watch out from his right angle, make sure he does not get shot. His abilities are stunned at the moment, but he does have his caustic ult. He's going to throw it, make a big play here. He doesn't notice the guy on the right. A huge misstep. Misstep on their part. If he saw him on the right, he should have opted to put the gas a little further in. This could be spell death, and it does. And Forge Gang manages to snag a kill. They managed to hard grief a kill. Looks like Alliance is actually pushing in next. They know that this is free points for them to get. They need to breach it very quickly because if they don't, the team is going to get away. Which they're resetting. They did manage to get the cleanup. And now we're just waiting to see how things shake up. Major pushers getting burned on the outside of this map. Or getting some burns, excuse me. Hear that ticking damage. Like a stopwatch of death. Trying to see if he can get his angle. Unfortunately, he's not able to. Major pushers just waiting for the right moment. I'm switching POVs, trying to make sure we catch it. Let's switch back over to Alliance. Alliance is doing quite well. Still kill leaders in the lobby. Like I said, Alliance was further down the leaderboard, but now they're looking quite solid. Now we have a moment to breathe. Let's take a drink of water. Grab some water, folks. As Octane would say, like little cucarachas. We do see Alliance getting picked on, and they need to rotate in. This is not good. There's the pick. He needs to throw the bubble, and there it is. There's a jump pad to buy them some time. The Octane just runs in and takes this free positioning and free spot, but it may not be enough. Is his teammates... Are they going to be able to make it in? Are they going to be able to make it in? He's flying in the air, trying to find his cover, and he manages to clutch it out, and there's the arc. And they may go out here. They're getting picked on from every which angle. These are the kill leaders of the lobby, but it may not be enough. He's getting shot. They're holding their angles. You know what's great about Alliance that we've seen so far is that while they're kill leaders, which is why we're watching them right now, because they are the kill leaders of the lobby, is that this could be the game that they continue to take first place. Now, I need to switch POVs in a moment. I'm afraid to because I want to make sure we're not going to miss this clutch that's about to happen from Alliance, because they could clutch this out. I may switch over to Forge because that's our other top team that we're looking at. So we'll hold here for just a second. And if anything changes, then we'll switch POV. They look like they're hard holding. Forge looks like... Switch over to Forge. Forge Gang. Here they are, sitting at a various angle, trying to hold their spot. A lot of damage coming in from them. Everyone is just waiting for the right opportunity to play in. Alliance comes in and hard griefs them. The EVA 8 damage is immense. And they manage to get the nice cleanup. Forge goes out in 10th place, and Alliance griefs them and gets some free KP. Hawkus with a solid 6 kills in the lobby. Can he make it 10? Can he kill 1/6 of the lobby? This is the game that Alliance was looking for. Let's take a look at NC can't talk at the moment. Let's take a different POV. Actually, unfortunately, they did get knocked already, so we'll stick with Alliance. Forge Gang is out. Alliance seems to be our peeps for today. Let's take a look at Team 17. They were in 3rd place with 27 points. They've been chilling on the roof. They're not going to move. I don't think they're going to make any sort of adjustment from here. We have to just keep an eye on Alliance because Alliance is a team, and I guarantee you his viewers want to see this as well to see if Hawkus is going to get his 10-point game. They have the hardest rotation. The teams further up are not going to fight. So we'll keep an eye on this and see how Alliance decides to take out this plays. I know there's other teams fighting, but let's just hard stick on this and see how they decide to play this out. Because this is the team to keep an eye on, and keep in mind, whenever we're casting, I'd like to keep an eye on the team that's really popping off, whoever it is, because that's where most of the action is going to take place. So Hawkins is checking his angles. Rotates right in, and we're seeing a massive fight. This is free points for the picking, but can't take too much zone damage. Has to fly in, and they're going to reset, and it looks like they're okay. IPN took a lot of damage, unfortunately, but they need to clean this up for the free KP. They need these points. If not, let's switch over to the different POV to see how they're fighting it out. Disco Boys coming out in style. Again, looks like they were in 7th place. Major Push is taking some shots at Alliance. Alliance is getting picked on from every which angle. Major Pushers is not going to push out on this. Alliance, let's take a look at their POV. How are they going to survive this? How are they going to survive this? They're the team that's getting shot by everyone right now. Quite literally everyone is picking on them in the lobby. One team is actually taking a fight. This is our 3rd place team, as a reminder, with 27 points. And Alliance could have a massive play. Let's go right back. Unfortunately, we missed that little bit of damage that did occur. He pops his Q. He's going to rotate out. Side swipe back and forth, and hopefully manage to survive. May not be enough, though. Resets. Can he get his bat off in time? Got his bat off. Waiting for the other teams to fight it out. And unfortunately does go out. And Alliance, man, are they making all the right moves. They're looking really hot right now. They're looking so good. Everyone wants to be their new boyfriend and girlfriend in the lobby. Or maybe not. I mean, they're just pushing everyone. The Octane Revenant pushes that they're making are next level right now. They took the best spot in the lobby. There's only a few squads remaining. And all they're doing, let's take a look at the Gibraltar as he fries out in the open with his Hemlock. And he does have a gold mag. He switches POV to the top. Notices how low they are, and there it is. There's another Revenant push. Going right down below, they get the bubble. Revenant has been working for Europe. It did not work in APAC North, but ladies and gentlemen, is it definitely working for Europe and for Alliance? Does get knocked to zone. Is he able to push him in? Kicks him in with his heirloom. Takes a bit of damage. He has to get the res. I know he has gold bag, right? He does. Is he going to be able to clutch this out in time? He's got seconds. Literally seconds, but at least he's got gold bag and resets him. And there they go. Right back in it. Man, that was a little too close for comfort. The big brain play by the team right above them, switching places. Pretty smart on their part. Let's take a look at their POV right up above. Let's switch to their POV Endeavor. Just holding on for dear life. Switch again. Alliance making a push in, just going for the KP, finding their angles. Flies in. Veifs making some big plays. Alliance is not afraid to push on any of these teams. The level of disrespect that they're having across these teams. Got to be careful not to take too much zone damage. Got to reset. Canceled his battery, and here we go. Hawkins is throwing grenades left and right, abusing that Horizon Q. Is it going to be enough, though? He's going to take too much zone damage. He's about to get knocked. Unfortunately, does not. This is the play he's looking for. Manages to knock the Gibby, and Magicians comes in 1st place with Alliance in 2nd with a massive kill point game. Wow, that was Magicians. This is huge for them. That's a team we need to keep an eye on next as we're looking at things. Alliance came in hot. Forge got knocked out early. So did NCD. This could be anyone's game as we go into Game 5. Whew, man. What a game. What a round. Excuse me, impressive plays across the board. Don't forget, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be covering North America a little bit later as well. So very much appreciate all of you guys for being a part, watching the channel, watching the stream. We're going to hop into the next round. Once the scores are updated, we'll take a look at that. Game 5 coming underway in just a moment. How are the people going to change this up? How are they going to change this up? Because that Revenant team is just mopping the lobby up. Their pushes are smart, and what Alliance is doing great is keeping calm under pressure. Whew. Diesel, appreciate you guys for being here. I don't think there's a hotkey. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the channel. There's quite a few of you guys here. Let's see if we can snag 600 likes by the end of the stream. We have 2 more rounds left, so if we could snag 600 likes, that would be insane. There's over 1,000 people watching, so gotta get you guys liking the stream. That's all I ask for you guys for today. Like the stream, like the channel, show some support, show some love, because we're a little over. Obviously, we're halfway through this tournament, but we still have North America to cast. So, pretty big day. Grab yourself some water. It's definitely taught me a lot so far about keeping consistent. This is my now 7th hour casting so far. It's been pretty wild, been pretty insane. Whew, be sure to get up, walk around, stretch your legs. We got another big round ahead of us. I've been chugging water left and right here on the chat, you know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, next round coming in hot. Don't forget to leave a like, show your support. Let me switch over the scoring. Let me see if it's updated. What time is it? 4:07. Alliance shot up to 2nd place, ladies and gentlemen. Forge in 1st place with 45 points. Alliance 2nd place with 42 points. Magicians at 36 points. And NCD in 4th place with 34. And Chikovika at 34 points in 5th place. Our top 5 teams that we're looking at here. Pretty big plays across the board. We'll switch back and take a look at the scoreboard in just a moment. We've been following the action. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Thank you so much for letting me be your caster for today. It really means a whole lot for you tuning in, watching. We still have North America to cover. We have 2 more rounds of Europe. See how that... We might miss the first round of North America. I'll do my best to get the server up and going as fast as possible so we don't miss the first round of North America. Just as a heads up. Because we got to finish up Europe. Then we got to switch gears. We do have the servers and everything primed and ready to go into North America. But I know North America starts here in about 50 minutes, and we still have 2 more rounds to go. But don't worry, we'll keep on the action best as possible, and I'll reset and make sure we at least get the 2nd round of North America going. It's true, I was doubting the Octane Revenant at the start of the game, but listen, Alliance has been managing to clutch it out and make some really big brain plays. It's been really impressive to see how they managed to use the Octane Revenant compared to APAC North. APAC North has been, it was not successful in APAC North. It really depends on the team and the synergy that they have together when they're going to use it and when they're not going to use it. So while we're here, go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself some water. I've been drinking a lot of water myself. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream. What you're watching, if you're just tuning in, is Apex Legends Global Series Europe. And it's very exciting to have all of you guys here because this is the last chance qualifiers. These are the top 5 teams that are going to qualify for the $500,000 prize pool that we're going to see. Big brain IQs. Alliance pushing themselves right back up to the top like I knew they would. It was impressive to see. We've been keeping an eye on the other teams, but unfortunately we haven't seen a whole lot come from them. But don't worry, there's still 2 games left and anything can happen, as you can tell in the rounds. Alrighty. Take a breather. This is a good moment to breathe. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. I'm just going to show it for you guys. I won't really talk through it too much, but I just want to show you guys the scoreboard above. Giving myself a moment to breathe. Whew, get to relax, get to breathe for a moment. Apex Legends gets pretty crazy. Apex Legends gets pretty intense and pretty crazy, if I do say so. Forge Gang, again, you see in first place, 45. Just take a look. Let's take a moment to look. Again, the link right up above if you want to take a look at it. We'll kind of go from there. letting you guys just kind of see the scores. Hold on there for just a moment. Let's go right back up and let's take a look at them again. And I gotta remember, I'm gonna switch back to POV again here in just a moment. So big plays by Alliance. Now that we've seen Octane Revenant to its full potential, we'll have to see if other teams decide to follow suit. Are other teams going to switch to Octane Revenant? Are we going to see a massive lobby of just Octane Revenants running around? That's what I fear. That's my nightmare. Are we going to see teams run Caustic? Are we going to see teams run Watson? How are teams going to stop these pushes? Only time will tell. Got a few more that are connecting the lobby. You can tell by them not hopping into their lobby right away that individual teams are having conversations and talking about, do they switch it up? I can just imagine what's going through the players' minds right now, realizing what has been working in the lobby and what has not been working. Matthew, it's great to have you here. Let's give a shout out to everyone in chat. Toast Yum Yum, Jonathan, Cinnamon Tea, The Diesel, Sealor, Morph Blue, Pavel. And if I'm shouting out, give a like on the stream if you haven't yet. Or even if I have, maybe if you're lurking, just leave a like. It helps support. I'm on 7, approaching maybe 8 hours of casting right now, so we're going. We're doing it. You know what I'm going to have for dinner? Spaghetti. I'm going to have a lot of spaghetti. Yeah. I'm going to have lots and lots of spaghetti. It's going to be amazing. What are you guys going to have for dinner? If it's the middle of the night for you, what are you having as a midnight snack? I want to know. What are you enjoying as you're watching this tournament? Because right now I just have water. That water's empty. Is this water empty? I don't even know anymore. I'm blown through water like crazy. I do have a little bit of ginger ale still, but not much. I've literally I have 2 cups. It's not 1. It's 2. They're the same. It's the same cup. I hope that doesn't freak anybody out, but you've actually been secretly seeing 2 different cups rotate between the stream. It's actually not 1, it's 2 cups. Gotcha. Bamboozled. Can't handle the truth. I don't know if you've ever seen that meme. I respect I don't even talk on the phone and hear you casting for 8 hours. It's been a long day. It's kind of why you're seeing me take a moment just to breathe before we hop to the next round. Make sure my voice holds up throughout the whole tournament. Luckily, I've had long days of like rehearsal, my backstory of myself. I'm not I could say amateur, somewhat becoming a pro caster. This is probably my 7th or 8th time doing this. I'm doing this big day. It's teaching me a whole lot. I've learned a whole lot about focus, how to keep in the moment, how to keep up the longevity. Yeah. Whenever you start approaching that many hours, I've been watching Apex. I'm not gonna lie, actually, whenever I took a small nap, I was dreaming about Apex and casting. I was so confused about what I was doing. I was just dreaming about shoutcasting. Alright, so you saw the scores. I'm gonna switch over to game 5 so I do not forget. Yeah, the points are on screen, bud. Oh, well, 5-minute delay, my bad. The points are on screen. If you click above, by the way, average, you can see, you click on the link, you'll see the brackets and everything that are listed there as well. Alright, so we should be starting in just a moment here. We're going to follow Forge because they're our first place team. And we're starting in 10 minutes, or 10 seconds. Forge is our first place team. Alliance. Magicians. And NCD. So we now have our new 4 teams that we're going to follow. They're the ones mopping up the lobby. They're making the pressure plays. They're making the big standout. Those are our champions of the lobby right now. Oh, you're good, Keanu. What I do is that they all stay on VODs on the channel. So if you miss anything, and what I also do is I add the extra level, I timestamp everything. So right when the stream ends, I'm going to timestamp everything so that you can go back and look through the VOD in case you miss anything, and then, obviously hop back in. I do have to hop into NA immediately, so if I'm a little late timestamping, I do have to immediately cast North America right after. So Again, appreciate your patience while we kind of plow through that. But nonetheless, I do timestamp for APAC North. I did timestamp it for you guys in case you're interested in watching there as well. But there will be a VOD here. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the VODs. It really means a whole lot. We're going. We're making it happen. All right. Let's see how many Octane Revenants start to flood the lobby. Or how many Caustics we start to see to stop the Revenant teams. Clowns have decided to join the ranked with Octane Revenant. Endeavor has decided to join the rank with Octane Revenant. It is starting to overpopulate the lobby. We're seeing Octane Revenant become very prevalent in the lobby. We'll keep an eye on Alliance, Forge Gang, Magicians, and NCD. Keep an eye on them. If we see any fights happen early, of course, we'll switch POV, and we'll keep an eye on how everyone is doing. So let's keep an eye on NCD and see how they manage to clutch this out. Or maybe not clutch this out. I'm rooting for them. They've had a pretty strong game, but Endeavor has also been ready to hard grief them at every which turn, which has probably definitely been a sore point for NCD. So as we see here, NCD just trying to find their footing. Unfortunately, Bodali has gotten cracked, but as long as they find another arm shield, or excuse me, another shield, or manage to sell up, they should be okay. Dolphin is just finding his rotation. They're going to take No Name just as they did before, but they need to be careful because there is 4 elements chilling there altogether. Let's switch a bit from POVs. Alliance is uncontested on the south side of the map. They're looking pretty positive. And Forge Gang is looking pretty good. And my fiance just brought me tea because I've been casting for a while. Does this have honey? Thank you so much, sweetheart. Hey, this makes a big difference, especially at this moment right now. I definitely need it. Can I have some water, hon? Water. Thank you, honey. Ah, that's definitely soothing. Definitely needed that. Thank you, honey. Going on to 6, approaching 7 hours. That definitely hits the spot. Teams are just playing patiently. You don't have any tea. This is, and look, it even has my old logo on there. Dance. It's looking quite nice. I'm sorry I brought up the map. I apologize. Just trying to get some tea in, man. DMK. My gosh, let's take a look at DMK. What are they doing? What is DMK doing? I'm just trying to drink some tea. You guys are supposed to be respectful in the lobby. There's no respect here. Can a man just drink some tea? DNMK, please. Please. Don't do this to me. Okay. We're back in it, and I've gotten some tea in me. I'm feeling a lot better. Actually, that was great. Love my fiance. She's definitely been supportive. I mean, she was like, I want you to be in bed with me at 4 in the morning, just to sleep, but, you got to cast, and I was casting APAC North this morning. All right, let's switch POVs. Alliance is doing quite well. Major pushers making a push. Making a play into this building, but nobody's there quite yet. Forge Gang, just chilling. There, you got nothing to worry about. And Team 4, looks like they're out. Let's take a look at Team 5. Magicians, looking quite well. Not too bad here, not too bad. Magicians is, again, our 3rd place right now. 3rd place. Not too bad. There is a glitch there. It could crush the... Let's see if it actually breaks it. That the drone couldn't get stuck in the door and it just blows it up. Doesn't always happen, but it looks like they're sitting pretty comfy. Magician's going to pull some magic. Pull a rabbit out. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for bringing over the 2 magic cups. I exposed that it's not 1 cup, but 2 cups to the chat, and they've been freaking out, realizing there's 2 cups that is not 1. They're both green. They're both green, ladies and gentlemen. Alliance... still just vibing, just chilling. There's still a lot of teams still alive. 19 squad, 57 players alive. Let's see if Alliance manages to make a push. That tea really hits a spot. Perfect for Europe. If you're in Britain, definitely envy your tea. Definitely envy it. Team fight breaking out here. Team Legion. Team Legion had a solid performance before. Let's see if Taskmaster is up to the task of clutching up some damage here. See if the Manage can do it. There's a crypto ult going into play there. Team Legion, can they clutch something out here? Because if they have a massive kill game here, this could be pretty big. And there is the Nook going in with the portal. I accidentally skipped over him for a second. It won't let me switch to him for... There we go. It was just skipping right over him. I was only clicking once. And there's the solid damage. There's the crack. He only needs a little bit more damage to get some blue armor, but he's not going to make a push down below, or else this would be throwing at this point in time. Right now, they just need some early KP. They need the KP, man. They need the KP just to keep going. Let's see if they manage to do it. Patience falls upon the lobby. We do have a fight breaking out. Let's switch over to their clowns. It's getting pretty funny. How are they funny? Are they funny like a clown? They funny how? How is Kiza Rune doing here? He's laughing his way to success. These clowns are taking the circus home. And they mean it all with the utmost respect because that is their name. They're clowns because that is their name. They're not clowns because they're playing poorly. They're playing quite well right now. And they're opting again for the Revenant Octane push. It's becoming so popular. Honestly, what happens in round 6 if everyone just runs Octane Revenant? What happens, chat? Is that a nightmare? Is that what we all feared? I don't even know what to think about it. And there it is, Alliance, as they have been infamously doing. There's a jump pad. And they say, you know what? Actually, they're pushing over here. And there they go. Flying in the air. He's going to silence him, not have that rotation. The Wraith is unable to Q now. And this is going to be death for them. Massive patience by IPN. Love it. Veif's going in to try to do the cleanup. Unfortunately, it doesn't see the Wraith that was popping her battery, and if they go right back in, they might actually get thirded by another team which is waiting for them to push in. We see Croissant coming in with Clone and Kana going for the port, trying to find some positioning. Not really to fight, but coming in mostly for the positioning, but now unfortunately has to fight. Let's take a look at Alliance and see how they're managing to recover this. This is probably the most fighting that we're seeing right now on this side of the map. I'm looking at the kill feed. We're not seeing a lot of fighting happening. Alliance is just repositioning and flying. Look at the tap strafing right in the air as he repositions and takes the south side of the map. And now they have to just get into zone. They could push this team out. Disco Boys not looking too hot. It's the 70s. They're having a fever. And unfortunately, that's Disco for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, see if they manage to push him out. I saw every guys in chat saying it. By the way, I'm single. I know that was trending on Twitter at one point. Are these guys in here single? Who here is single? Type in chat if you're taken or single. We'd like to know. For educational purposes, let's see if EA looks at this VOD and realizes how many people are single, how many people are taken, and how many cuties that they're going to take with them in chat. Alliance just holding their angle. No other fights are really happening. Let's see what's happening with Chigavica. We'll go back to Alliance if they manage to get a knock, but right now Alliance is just kind of holding their cool. And right now Chigavica is not as high up on the leaderboard as they were before. Not as high up. They're looking for the angle. They're looking to push them here. Shadow coming from the shadows. They didn't get the scan though. They don't realize that they rotated right. Look right. Look right, buddy. Look over to the right. Are you going to let him go? Are you going to let this team go? T-Rex is that would be really risky. Let's switch over to Alliance. I knew this was going to happen. I had a bad feeling that the minute I looked away that this was going to occur. Again, what we're seeing here, poor Alliance just fighting for dear life. They had a massive kill game before, but now they're going to get griefed. And there it is. I'm sorry we switched from it. I thought that they were going to have a harder time fighting. And Magicians now has a nice point of cleanup here to fight this roster. They're just chilling. They're just vibing. Unfortunately, Alliance goes out. They are going to secure their top 5 placement, but it may not be enough, though. We'll see as how all the other teams perform. We'll see how Magicians, Forge, and NCD. Let's take a look how they're doing. I know we haven't took a look at them in Hot Moment. They're sitting pretty comfortable in their little trailer. Their little van here, just waiting, hanging out, vibing. things are looking pretty good. So we're going to switch away from them just because there's not a whole lot of action occurring here right now. Not that it's a bad thing. It just means that they're playing it smart. Let's switch over to Magicians. Magicians was holding the angle here. Let's switch over to their POV. Let's zoom in and see where they are at. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure we got the nice little positioning so you could see the cluster that is occurring around them. 16 teams remaining. They didn't take a shot, so we didn't miss any action, so that's a positive. But they're pinging left and right. DNMK could switch to their POV in just a moment. I want to see how Magicians manages to clutch this out. If not, we'll switch over to a Revenant Octane push that is most likely going to happen in the lobby. Let's take a look at Endeavor. They're just chilling, just vibing. A lot of the teams that are running Octane Revenant are down. Look at the map. There's not a lot of fights happening. A lot of teams are just kind of rotating and chilling right now. But yeah, everyone's kind of chilling. I'm showing you the map because look, quite literally, Endeavor's just chilling, and they have their ultimate. They could push, but they're waiting right now. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting. They know there's a team right behind them. This is gonna get messy. This is gonna get messy.
Let's go this way.
This is gonna get messy for Chickabika. Gosh, with Zone 2, I wonder how many resources they have to make a full rotation. Nice wall bounce, nice movement. Got to get up and going. Hard flexing. Regu. I love a Gibby who can move.
Let's explore this way.
I don't know if that came out incorrectly, but you got to love a Gibby who can move, right? One of the biggest individuals in the game, but enough to make a massive play. No pun intended because he's a big boy. See, they managed to get that free. Look at that. The only other team that's fighting, and they managed to just rotate him for free. That's kind of crazy. Chickabika, unfortunately, starts to take damage right when I'm taking a drink. Commentator's curse. Chickabika is in a rough situation. There's the Gibby ult to buy themselves some time, but the Arcstar is about to break his door. Is he going to be able to send a map back? And he took minimal damage, and this is their moment to push to make a play. They have to push in. They have to make a play, or else they're going to get sent right back into the lobby at 15th place. Got that movement that we were talking about. Regu coming in with that Gibby movement, looking pretty sharp, looking pretty clean. Gotta like it. He's moving. He's rocking. And he get back up top, and he's gonna just kind of chill here, kind of become a little bit of a rat. Take the high ground. Look at this big brain play. Look at Ray. Big brain play on Ray's part. They're gonna hard reset. Nothing to worry about here. Let's take a look at this POV. Let's take a look at. We'll stick on a Forge. We'll stay on Forge here as they're mopping it up. I know NCD is right here as well. And we saw them get knocked, unfortunately. We weren't able to capture that action, but nonetheless, take a look at Forge. Our team currently in first place. They're on 3 KP, 14 squads remaining. Their Crypto does get triple taked, and he is recovering with the battery at the moment. All they're waiting for is the other team to get caught out of position so they can make a play. They need to be careful not to constantly get triple take shot, though. Otherwise, that's it. They got to be careful. They have to be careful. Forge gang, come on, guys. I believe in you. I think, honestly, chat, who are you guys rooting for? Who do you guys want me to continue to follow and spectate right now, keeping on the top dogs because they are the biggest on the leaderboard, but I'm more than happy to make a switch if we need to. Looks like they're rotating back. They are aware they can't get triple taked here. They have to be careful. The Crypto is the one that's getting most caught out of position, unfortunately. They do have a lot of resources, though. Look at his bag space. He's maximizing on it. He's maximizing on it.
Let's relocate here.
Target over there. Cancel that.
Here they go. Silence has fallen upon the lobby. There is a fight happening right now. Safely is not feeling too safe. They're covering the angle. They're unaware. You know, the Gibby is in such a great spot over here. Just got jump scared by something that just fell. But we're okay. Everything's all good. I need to double check, make sure everything's okay. Hold on one second. I apologize for that. I just want to make sure it looks like an arm from a microphone might have fallen. Everything's okay. That startled me a little bit. I apologize, but we're back. I just want to make sure everyone is okay. All right, Chickabika coming in. Unfortunately, maybe he should have stayed on the high ground. Shadow's coming right back through the port, trying to rotate out. The Revenant push is maybe just too much. Pops his Q, and now he's going to run away. Actually, big brain, go right through the port. Pops, and boom! Manages to go right back through. He's going to get hard chase, though. And hello, there's a whole family. He'll go right back through the port. Switcheroo, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and gets out. That's some big brain play by Shadow. Wow. How did he get out of that? That was impressive to see. This guy over here is like, how the heck did he get out? Dude. And unfortunately, He gets shot by Shadow from a distance. What a way to go out. That's unfortunate, man. Listen, the amount of movement that he had there just to get knocked like that, that's not cool. You know, that's not cool. New coming in pretty new here with some additional damage from a distance. Let's make sure we're not missing any fights. Is there any fights occurring? Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the action. We do have T-Rex who's got one down, and now Succubus is coming in for the grief. There's the port, and there is the crypto drone ready. It's gonna port in. I don't know if they're aware that they're right down below them. And there they are. Unfortunately, wasn't able to zoom in fast enough to get that little bit of damage. And this is just what happens. There's going to be just mayhem. And nice triple takedown. Thought he got the 60. Unfortunately, he didn't. Only got 24 plus 9, which is a total of, I don't know the math. It's too early in the morning. I don't even know what day it is. What year is it? Just call me the Robin Williams of that, whatever that meme is. I don't even know what time it is, to be honest. What time is it? 4:32. I've been casting forever today. It's been a day. It's been a very long day, but it's been a very enjoyable one. Let's take a look at Magicians. Magicians has been holding it down. They were our top squad as well in third place. Alliance and unfortunately Forge are out of the lobby, but they did get some KP. Let's take a look, make sure we're not missing the action. Again, like I said, this is really anyone's game from what we're seeing. Team Legion just trying to find some footing and positioning.
Target over there.
Captain, we will be hosting NA. I know that starts here in about 30 minutes, so we might miss the first round, and we'll switch over to that server once we wrap up here. I'll restart the stream, change the overlay, change the thumbnail and everything, and then we'll get right back and going into North America. So, very busy day. I'm not going to get much of a break. I'm just going to have to go right into it. By the time I finish casting, it's going to be 9 o'clock. I haven't even eaten. I'm not hungry. I might need a snack. I'm drinking tea, keeping my energy levels up and going. My fiance brought me water and everything. It's kind of hard to eat with everything that's going on. That's crazy right now. Wow, what a shot. Wow. What a shot. I know we've been taking a look at Team Legion for a hot second here, but they've literally been kind of in the center of it. Let's take a look at a different POV here with 4 elements. Getting the crypto. There's the Revenant push. Pops the bubble. Nice bubble, giving them the cover fire that they need. This Revenant push is going to completely fail because they're right out in the open, and he's going to land every single one of the shots. Shout out to 4 elements holding off Endeavor, making them look like they didn't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. But listen, it just was unfortunate timing. They were probably hoping to catch them out, and it just didn't happen that way. The beauties of a BR, ladies and gentlemen. CHMK is holding the low ground. They have a few kills to their name. They only have 1 kill. Let's take a look right back at Endeavor and see how they're going to push this bottom team, because they're about to roll up on them. They see them present. They need to push this. There's the arc. There's the nades. There's so much silence is happening. And there's the bubble. They got some big damage. Blast coming in with some massive damage. Gets a nice massive shot, but whiffs a second. Cleans it up right afterwards. He needs to bat and reset before he gets hard grief from the top. There is a team fighting up top, which buys them some time. New shooting at the poor team down below. Safely sitting safely right in this little crevice. He leaves his teammates to die. He said, I've never seen that team in my whole entire life. I don't know who they are. Endeavor is fighting a team up from height that I think it was a Revenant, if I'm not mistaken. Was it? No, it was not a Revenant. But Endeavor is sitting pretty comfortably now, and I know I'm switching back and forth. I want you to guys see where I'm going on the map because it's a bit chaotic from what's occurring right now. Endeavor is holding it down. Pop. 6 teams remaining, 17 individuals. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to get up, walk around. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream if you're enjoying what you see. 4 elements does have 1 knocked, but they can reset this. The Kraber is just becoming nasty. Taskmasters. Let's take a look at Taskmasters. Taskmasters. I can't talk. Task. Let's just go play Task, okay? It's been a long day. Task, land another shot for me. You got 1 bullet in there. Land. Okay, well, I mean, that works too. You know, just don't land the shot, but, you know, the Gibby bubble just went out the wrong time. But now you need to find another weapon. You know why he didn't land the shots? Because I didn't pronounce his name right. If I pronounced his name right, he would have landed the shot, guys. But at least they got a graveyard worth of loot over here. And they have a prowler. Look at that. They're stockpiling these crate weapons. Team Legion. Come on, guys. You guys are taking all the loot. You guys aren't even sharing. Team New is getting into a fight down below with Endeavor. They're just chilling. They're just vibing. They just spotted someone out there like little cucarachas. Gotta love Octane. I've actually been enjoying his rotations and things that he can do a lot more as of late. Everyone is just trying to find their footing. Everyone's looking pretty solid. Everyone's sitting pretty comfortable. The crypto ult went out, but nobody's going to push on it. All Team Legion has to do is just reset. This is Team Legion's game. Literally, they have high ground. They see everything that's happening in the lobby. All they have to do is don't throw. Do not throw this, Team Legion. I'm watching you. Everyone is watching you. Chat is watching you. You have every opportunity to win this. Just don't drop down. Don't do it. Go for the picks. Don't get greedy. Use your Wraith portals. Does your Wraith have a support? They don't. It's at 80%. There's no reason to push anything. Let everyone duke it out down below, but make sure you don't give up too much high ground, which is happening right now. Team Legion, what are you doing? Don't throw. Gets cracked, and now the ult is coming in. He's got his Prowler. He's got his bubble. He's able to reset. Finish off this team. Don't throw this. I believe in you guys. We're watching you. Everyone's watching you. Don't throw. You guys have every opportunity to win this. Solid damage with the R301. Taskmaster coming to task. He's hitting Control Alt Delete, and he's deleting people from this lobby. He's ending all the tasks in the lobby. He's getting different angles. There's 2 that go down. Taskmaster, now the kill leader of the lobby. Everyone is down below. All they got to do is chill at top and vibe. Just chill, guys. You guys have this. Quite literally, I don't know how else to say it. They could win this round. This could be the round that they're looking for. I believe they're in 6th or 7th place. I need to double check the scoreboard in just a moment. They're going for the 50-50. They need to stay on high ground. They have to stay on high ground. This isn't good. Nook trying to take the port back. The Gibby does have an angle. He needs to be careful not to get too greedy, because if he does, there's going to be death. He takes the port back, and they're back on high ground. That was nerve-wracking. That was definitely nerve-wracking for them, but they're opting to go right back in to try to mop up this team. The plus side is that if they do mop this team up, that is going to be pretty positive. There is the Revenant team showing up at the other side, and Taskmasters, excuse me, Team Legion is now struggling. I get what they're going here. I'm just rooting for them. I'm cheering for them. I understand the pressure that's happening right now. There's a lot going on. I could even crumble under the pressure. This is a lot to handle. There's the battery. There's the reset. Going for the Phoenix. Going for the long reset here. We're keeping an eye on them because quite literally they should win this. They should. All they got to do is hold the angles, be patiently. They have the team down below, but as long as they push him out, he's got about a mag and a half, 2 mags and a half left in that. If they can get a knock, I don't think they have any more utility. If they have a nade, they can throw it and pop him on both angles. If they were to drop at all angles right now and push him out, that would be huge. I know there's a team right down below. There it is. Nice communication. One does get knocked. We're looking at 2v1. He flips to the wrong target, but manages to finish off the crypto. All they need to do is just reset here. If they just reset, this could be huge. He does not have enough Prowler ammo, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is. He's about to clean up the Gibby, and there's the cleanup. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, what a circle, what a zone. And now it's going to be the last 2 teams fighting down below. Magicians making some magic happen. They have to clean up this team. Crypto not able to clutch it out. And there it is. Tanu coming in hot. I don't know what they're going to be able to do. This is just going to have to be a heal off here. This is just going to have to be a heal off, unfortunately. So if we look at Legion, and then of course if we look at... There's only one. I don't know how they lost Taskmasters. We didn't get to see it, or we don't know how they lost Expo. Excuse me. Oh man, they have to come up top to fight. They're not going to be able to survive this potentially. Let's take a look at Taskmaster's HP. No, there it is. There goes Tanu. Very close. Very close. I mean, Legion, I have to say that's the best that they could have played. That's the best they could have played it. I don't know if there's much else they could have done unless they managed to have the Wraith survive so they can port, you know? That's all they could have done to make a massive change and difference. That's really it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play that good old-fashioned music. And then we'll hop right back in. Guys, I appreciate all the support. You guys have been killing it. Killing it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. We are now going into Game 6. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 6. Alright, let's finish off this tea, shall we? Oh, that feels so good. After casting for so long. I can't wait to eat spaghetti tonight. I don't know, I'm just craving spaghetti super hard. Could be from all the amazing plays we're seeing on Apex Legends right now. Okay, we got one more round, and then I have to hard switch as fast as humanly possible here on the channel over to NA. We might miss the first round, but at least gives me a moment to breathe and set things up. I'll timestamp this VOD, and then we'll hop into the next round. All right. Let's connect in. Oh, thank God my fiance brought me that tea. That made the world of a difference, I have to say. All right, we're in game 6. Did the leaderboards update? Not yet, but when they do, we'll switch over to that POV. Game 6, ladies and gentlemen. Game 6. This is it. The moment we've all been waiting for. Game 6. Coming in, the last game of the day. Let's see where the scoreboard lands in just a minute. And then we'll be good to go. I have the hiccups, I apologize. And there it is. Let's take a look at the new leaderboards. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at Forge Gang at 45 points, first place. Still, Alliance at second place at 42 points. Magicians, 36 points. NCD, let's repeat this. Forge Gang, 45 points, first place. Alliance, second place, 42 points. Magicians, 36 points in third place. NCD in fourth place, 34 points. And Chikovika at fifth place at 34. This could be anybody's game, as you can see. We'll go through this slow in just a moment. Again, the link is right up above if you would like to take a look at that as well. It's all there for you. Appreciate all you guys for watching. Let's see how teams changed it up in the last round here. Let's see how they decide to change it up. All right. Hopping into the next round. Everyone's hopping into the lobby. Hiya! Everyone's hopping in the lobby. I'm excited to cast NA in just a hot second. Today's going to be a really, really big day. I appreciate all you guys for watching the stream, liking the stream. I can't tell you enough just how crazy it has been here on the channel. Don't forget to, leave a like, share it with your friends. If you're interested, you want to watch North America, we'll have that right up and going in just a hot second. How long have we been going so far? Let's switch POVs here, 2 seconds. You have the score that you see on screen. And I'm going to switch back to game 6 screen. And then we'll be good to go. All right, everybody. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Game 6. Game 6, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to look at the scoreboard right after, and we'll switch over to NA, going for another 4 hours. What a day. What a day, ladies and gentlemen. Insane. Again, I will make sure to, whenever I go back in the VOD, I'll timestamp everything so you can see each of the games. When you want to look back at this VOD. I've covered other tournaments and so forth. This one's been very unique because this is the longest I've gone. Usually I only do 4 hours. Today is going to be 12. But it's a whole lot of fun. Hopefully you're having a great time. Great day for Apex Legends. We're nearing having about 1,000 people in the channel for today, which has been wild and it's been insane. So appreciate all you guys for watching, for being a part. We'll get started here in the next round in just a hot second. Don't forget to grab some water. Don't forget to grab a snack. We've been on this journey for quite a while together, so don't forget to get up and stretch. Honestly, I probably should do the same thing right now. Let me get up, walk around and stretch. Do the same thing right now. I highly recommend it. It's good. Get the blood flowing. Let me get up and walk around myself. Hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hopefully got up and stretched. Hopefully got up and walked around for just a hot second. I have not eaten in like 12 or 13 hours. But you know what's crazy is I don't feel hungry. I mean, I guess maybe because of sugar and everything going. I got the adrenaline going. But I'm just not hungry right now. I don't know. I want to. I'll eat later. I promise. I'll get like a cracker or two or something in just a moment.
All right. Looks like people are in the lobby. We're just waiting for a few people to connect here. And then we'll get started into the last round of the day. Sit back, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to be in for an exciting last round here. You saw the scores. Let's switch back. I'm just going to scroll through it for you guys. I'm not even going to talk through it. I'm just going to walk you through the scores. We're going to scroll through it nice and slow, nice ASMR-like, so I can preserve the voice. Look at Forge Gang. 45 points, first place. Alliance, 42 points, second place. Magicians, 36 points, third place. NCD, fourth place, 34 points. Chicavica, 34 points, fifth place. CHMK, 29 points, sixth place. Sixth place, ladies and gentlemen, sixth place. Let's go. Let's see the excitement. I need to switch POVs in just a hot second. Just going to scroll through it so you see it. Again, the link is right up above in the chat. Definitely recommend taking a look at the scoreboard so you can keep tabs on your end. But as you can tell, you can see the overall score and placement going into game 6. So I'll hold it for the bottom here, and then we'll switch right back, and we're going to have a nice fun time enjoying today. This is going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Go back up. Let's switch over to game 6 so you can see the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Why is it World's Edge for tournament but not for ranked? Probably just for some variety, some versatility, you know? Here we are, coming into another day, another round, game 6. Our team's just going to go full on Caustic Revenant. There's a lot on the line here. All the teams need to do really is just kind of keep consistent with what they're doing. The teams that are doing well, Forge, Alliance, Magicians, NCD, are all doing really, really well. They've all gotten a first place win. They're all sitting very comfortably. They just need to have a nice consistent round here at the end. They just got to make sure not to get knocked early. You're going to see them play very patient. All right, in just a moment, once the lobby is primed and ready, we'll get started and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. Let's see here, 1 second. We just switch POVs, which is good. All right, for the last round, do you think we can hit 700 likes on the stream? Do you think that's a bit of a stretch? Round is starting in 10 seconds. I don't know if we'll hit that. I can have some wishful thinking. I'll be happy with 650 though. I'll be happy with that. All right, round starting. I'll pause the music once we're in. We'll see how teams change their compositions, if they're going to change the compositions. We'll see the amount of fun that we're going to have with everyone here. It's going to be a massive blast, and we'll be sure to follow the action. We'll follow Forge Gang, Alliance, Magicians, NCD, and also Chicavica. Those are our top teams right now to keep an eye on. All right, guys, last round of Europe, and then we're going to hop right into North America right after. We'll have to reset the stream and kind of get things going, and we'll switch things up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Last round of the day for ALGS Europe. Take a look at the teams and how they're catching the action, see if we're going to see any switches. So far we have many Octane Revenant teams. We'll see if they decide to switch that up. So these are the teams, if you're just tuning in, this is Apex Legends Global Series Last Chance Qualifiers. Here we go. Let's pause the music and let's get into it. Let's take a look at Alliance. Alliance is probably going to be pretty comfortable where they're at.
Knock, knock.
Forge Gang looks like they're
Let's go this way.
okay. Looks like Magician is making a bit of a split here, as they normally do. From Train Yard, capturing all the loot from the various areas. This has been probably the most unique positioning that you can have that I've seen in most of ALGS, but it's been working out for them, and I hope... Oh, let's go switch over to, 1 second, NCD. Looks like they're getting contested right off the rip. Let's take a look at the Gibby, who's trying to hold on for dear life here. Does manage to get a white shield, but does hear the teams that are right near, and let's take a look where they're at. They're in the center area, and Dolphin is just rotating on the backside, just as he has every other round, so be sure to follow the action and see how things are going from there. Looking pretty solid. A shout out to everybody in chat. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. Very much appreciated. Very excited to have you guys all here. Casting Apex Legends Global Series last chance qualifier event. So in a moment, once we finish up this round, we'll switch over to NA. We'll hop into the second round. We'll get the stream going. I will be sure to timestamp and get everything all situated and good to go.
Extended heavy mag here.
I will need to reset the stream, so I put the appropriate title. So I'm going to reset it and then create a new VOD for everyone to hop back in. So I want you guys to keep an eye on the stream whenever we do that and whenever we switch. Just otherwise it'll be confusing seeing the same VOD with the same title. Looks like no teams are really contesting. Everyone's playing this very safe. NCD looking pretty hot. Forge Gang taking the south side of Skyhook as they normally do. Everything's going to be quite chill at the moment here at the start, but we do see DNMK already getting shot out in the open there. Gibby holding on for dear life, trying to maintain that movement with the Pathfinder. Unfortunately getting knocked and unable to find the position. They don't have a Gibby bubble. It's on CD for 24 seconds. They're unable to pick him up. And the Wraith doesn't even have port to really push him out or port him out into any other position that they would like. So we'll see how the nade goes out here in just a second. Is he able to make a play? I don't think he's going to be able to. They want to res their buddy, but they have really ultimate high ground. They have more resources on them, and I guarantee they have better weapons. And there it is, and there's a nade as he pops it up to see if he can get him, to bait him, to take some extra damage. Unfortunately, the nade misses. He goes in for the nice alternator damage. Takes minimal damage, but unfortunately there is a PK. Managed to swap up that Gibby. This is bad for that team. This is a 2v1 situation. He needs to play it safe, and then mop up is going to go right to DNMK, but unfortunately they're getting thirded. The only thing they can do now is run. He Qs, and he's going to reposition and live to fight another day. So again, once we finish up Europe here, we will be casting NA. I will end the stream, and then we'll start on North America. We're probably going to miss the first round, but don't worry, we'll capture the next round right after as we segue into North America. Pretty solid. Unfortunately, it did get knocked out. That does happen. It's kind of the unfortunate circumstance that we're looking at. But nonetheless, we see Chikavika now coming in hot. What I could do, we'll see what happens as I end the stream and kind of reset it. If we'll kind of segue from one stream to another, or if we will reset it. So I'll have to make the decision once we wrap up this one. It might probably be smarter just to kind of reset it and kind of get the intro going. For those that are looking for it on YouTube, looking for the VOD, if they're mixed together, it's just going to be one big mess and conglomerate. So that's probably not good either. So we're looking at a potential fight breaking out with Disco Boys. Disco Boys has been getting into some early fights. They're just waiting for them to rotate over, but they could get some solid shots here if they play this patiently. And they're just going to let him walk. They're going to let him walk. Oh, there they go. The Horizon, nice damage. Let's see if he manages to clutch it out. He just needs to finish him off. Probably about 40 HP remaining on that Horizon. The Gibby gets absolutely fried. This is flesh. This is free for them to make a push and make a play. Let's just see if they're able to actually capitalize on it and finish off this team. Unfortunately, the Horizon does get a bat off and is reset, and Disco Boys is now in a struggle point because they weren't unable to capitalize in any of those kills, and now they're getting hard griefed in the back. And they luckily did get Sadyama, so that's a positive. But now the unfortunate part is that they are getting griefed by Croissant, who's showing up to the fight, while Dead Inside is not feeling too good, man. There goes the port to try to get him some positioning out. See the port, buy them some time. Again, the reason why we have a 5-minute delay is because we are watching this live. Literally any of the participants can watch this, and if they're, you know, you run into that unfortunate circumstance where people might cheat. So there's a 5-minute delay. That's why we have it. They did get the cleanup. Croissant looking pretty positive. Feeling pretty good. They did only get 1 KP, but nonetheless, it's 1 KP more than they did not have before. So we look at Disco Boys repositioning. Let's take a look at other teams. Let's take a look at Alliance. They're doing okay. And Thermal Station. Forge Gang taken height over by Trials. Let's take a look at NCT or NCD. It needs to have a very positive game here. If they don't, this may not be the best for holding their spot and positioning. Magicians are doing quite well. They're currently in 3rd place at 36 points. We'll see how that decides to shape up and how they're managed to hold their angles.
Might be something good this way.
Right now, the lobby has fallen quite silent as teams are all just rotating and finding their position in. But we do have one fight with Croissant. There goes a Devo frying the Gibby. He could make a push here. He doesn't. He does have his bubble to make a push forward, but unfortunately does not do so because his team is batting and healing up. Excuse me, Phoenixing. He's using a Phoenix kit to reset, and there it is. They could get griefed in the back by another team. They're completely unaware, and there is the ult, and he does have his bubble at least for a rotation. This team is about to get sandwiched, and they're completely unaware of what's coming. Clone pushes up, which is not the right call, unfortunately, because now it is a 3v2 situation. They're stuck between, hard stuck between 2 different teams. Being this hard stuck between 2 separate teams is not the position you want to be in. It's definitely rough. It's a hard situation. Tries to get some triple tick shots. Robin just trying to get some of the damage in. They could go for the banner in just a moment, but at least if they scare them off, they know that they'll have the positioning. Unfortunately, does not connect on anything. Let's take a look, make sure we're not missing anything else across the map. Everything is looking pretty good. Alliance may get into a fight here in just a moment. Let's see if they have their Revenant Totem. It looks like they did use it. They got reset, but he is popping an accelerant to get right back into the action. So 81% does have it in about 19%, 18% now. Once he has that, they can make a massive push on the team above and get some KP. This is what they're looking for. This is what they need. He's going to finish off to get his ult. And then Revenant, Octane, Gibby are looking pretty hot. There's the totem. This team is just chilling right now. They really could make a massive play on them. This is an isolated fight for the most part besides the team on the right. So here they go. They're plotting their attack. And there it is. There goes the Octane Revenant push, waiting for the jump pad. Jump pad up. Jump pad out. They got 2 jump pads. Big brain play by Alliance here, making a lot of movement as they push in. They get the nades. They push it out. Repositions, wait for the nades to go out. The Revenant is pushing in the building. Gets the bubble. The bubble was actually a defensive maneuver, but works in the favor of the enemy team. Alliance, 1 person gets sent back, 2 person gets sent back. It's like we're playing Dr. Seuss here. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, and now they have to make a push back immediately before that team gets away. There's a jump pad making the play right back in. Alliance going in hot. The jump pads are there for them to get their mobility, find their positioning, and now that they realize that there's another team on the right, they may opt to not take this gunfight. And here they are actually finding some positioning going in. This is probably the most fighting that we're going to see, so I'm trying to keep an eye on their team to switch to different POV. Hawkus is making a ballsy move in. Going to finish off the Revenant. And now we're looking at a 3v2 situation. Gets a little bit of extra loot and repositions, and then we should be good. They ping the enemy team that's right behind them. And we'll see how they manage to clutch this out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking pretty crazy. This is looking pretty insane. 18 squads remaining. Alliance is feeling pretty comfortable. There's no other fights that are really happening in the lobby, as you can tell, besides potentially this one. We may come right back in time. Looks like they got sent back, maybe? Did they recover? What was that graphical effect that we saw? And there they are on the right. They looks like they just caught a glimpse of them. Nice target switching by Blashy G, switching between targets, and now he's got his jump pad to isolate one of these enemy teams. They're going to try to cut them off. This is not looking good for NCD. They can't go out here. They cannot. This is going to be bad for them. They do not want to get out here. They need to win this fight or rotate in if they want to be in the running to qualify. Because if they get knocked out here, this could be the moment that drops them a little too far down below, which is looking like it is at the moment. They need these points. They need to rotate in.
At the moment, because they're a little bit late, I feel like they're going to have to opt for the rotation. We'll switch back in a moment, but at least we got to see Croissant do some massive damage. And their Bloodhound managed to pop his ult, pop his Q, in time for his team to come in and clutch out a team. There is a bubble, but Croissant may not have it together here. The bakery is closed, and Relben is just running for sheer life. Let's switch back over to Alliance, because it looks like they're in a gunfight here. They managed to get at least a knock, and we'll need to switch back over to Dolphins team, NCD, and see how they're rotating. So it looks like they're opting to go for the full rotation. Alliance is doing quite well. There are teams that are rotating out in the open. The most likely fight is going to happen between these two teams on the south side of the map. Major pushers are looking to make a push again on the backside. He hasn't taken any shots, and now he's opted to take some shots there, which nets him about 33 damage. Not a whole lot, but at least he's going to get a crack on the Gibraltar. Nice damage on his part. Solid game, solid gameplay. Disco boys, discoing it up. It's Funky Town. All they got to do is just take height, but now they're fighting the hardest boss in the whole game, the Rocks. Pretty hard boss. Not going to lie, that can be a little tricky to get. We do see a fight breaking out. It looks like 4 Elements is in the crossfire between two different teams. Alliance could rotate right behind them. Is Alliance going to do it? Or is 4 Elements going to be able to clean this up in time? Nope, Alliance is not going to push them right behind. That would be definitely a hard rotation to do so. There's about 2 minutes left before they need to rotate in, so I don't think they're going to do that. Won't make a whole lot of sense, right? Looks like teams are all settling on in the lobby. Once we see the next gunfight, which we do see NCD finally making a play here. 16th place. They need to get better placement. They also need to get some kills. They don't have the high ground here, but they could rotate over to the right and find some positioning. They do have their ult as well. And of course, I believe Dolphin has his jump pad. I believe in Dolphin. He's played this before. He knows how to find an angle. He knows how to find an opening. Nice, solid shots, no scopes. For the record, he could put his jump pad to get right past this, or he can opt to hold it, depending what he needs to do for his team and what they're calling out. If this is too risky, if the team is running, gets a knock, is he going to jump his jump pad in time to find some positioning to get in on that action? And right now, he needs to hard reset. Let's take a look at his buddy's POV as they come in with the Mastiff and throws his bubble to buy himself some time. We're looking at a 3v1 situation. As long as they hold, they should be okay. And Dolphin, there goes the jump pad that I mentioned earlier. Finally opted to bring it back in. The P2020 is just not enough. Too much of a meme. Was not enough to really clutch at a fight. And Dolphin, let's go back to Dolphin's POV real quick. He's trying to run for dear life. They're trying to reposition. They use the pad to rotate out. Solid movement on Dolphin's part. Big brain plays. Let's see how Alliance is clutching their angle out as they're looking for people down below. We look at the map. Whole lot of fights happening. Pretty crazy. Insane. Insane. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the channel, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support. Every little bit helps support what we do here. Let's switch back over to NCD's positioning. And all they're getting to do is just loot up the graveyard. Let's take a look, make sure we're not missing any fights. 4 Elements has the choke point here, but it's going to be rough because they're in between quite a few teams. And they only have the train car here to really give them whatever position that they have. And of course, people asking, yes, we're going to stream NA. That'll be my total of 12 hours for today. After this round, we'll finish things up. We'll announce the winner. I'll end stream, and we'll start the next round and get right back in. Nice solid damage for 4 Elements. Unfortunately, they can't really drop on this unless their Wraith does have a port. She does. She could port down and potentially make a play, but she does need that for rotation. She does get hit from various angles, and now the opportunity is gone, and the Gibraltar has to bubble res to get him back up, but has a gold back for the hard reset. The team down below could push for height. They could push for height, but looks like there's not enough time, unfortunately. We do see NCD holding the choke point at this hard angle. We'll see if they manage to get themselves in. Patience is key at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Patience is key. Right now, they only have a few KP. They got 2 KP, looking pretty solid, 13 points. Or 13th placement, meaning that they have a total of 3 points right now, but they definitely need more to boost them up on the leaderboard. So this is a big game for NCD. Let's take a look back at Alliance, see how they're faring. They have nice positioning, but they have an uphill battle coming in. 4 Elements is stuck in the center of this train car with really nowhere else to move, with an uphill battle needing to rotate from the choke and various angles. Every team is picking on NCD. As you can tell, Major Pushers has the angle over here. At this angle, looks like a team's pushing out. New is pushing out NCD. NCD's kind of in shambles at the moment. They're really struggling to maintain their foothold, and they need to be careful. Octane is making a massive play in Apex Legends, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting to see Octane have his relevancy and make sure that his jump pad is positive for engagements. Makes me wish that I actually got the heirloom for Octane instead of Pathfinder. Listen, Pathfinder's great and all, but Octane is just, he's on another level these days. Major Pusher's getting some solid damage from a distance here. Let's make sure we're not missing any of these other fights. Let's take a look at 4 Elements. They're making a push up above. They do manage to push back the Revenant. The Crypto is at the worst in terms of loot. I mean, he could swap in the armor, but opts not to. And they decide to take the building here. Oh, look at Alliance. Hold on. Wait a moment. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Looks like they did a Revenant push and they got griefed in the back. And now Alliance, well, is in second place. If other teams do perform better, they could get pushed out from the 5th place. And there they go at 12th place. Boom, with only a few points to their name, but at least is better than nothing. Alliance has proven that they belong in this lobby, but let's see if it's enough to hold out for for second or third place. NCD's trying to make sure they stop this team before they rotate in. Gets a nice spit of damage. Nag is really popping off, getting 2 kills to his name, and he's going to mop it up and clean it up. He's like Mr. Clean. Dolphin, fortunately, gets pushed. Let's see if how Badali is going to be able to recover the situation. He's going to throw the bubble to help him reset. And now all they have to do is just wait and find their positioning, because Dolphin just absolutely got punched and griefed. That was not the opportunity that they needed. But now they're going to be hard gated, and this is going to be really close, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very close tournament. It's going to be very tight to see who we see make the top 5 placement overall. NCO just recovering here. Excuse me, NCD. Listen, I've had a long day. How many hours casting? 3 or 8 or 9? I don't even know anymore. I lost track. But Badali, unfortunately, was not able to clutch that out. He's at the very edge, and they go out, I believe, in 7th place. That's actually not bad placement. Safely is taking some safe shots from a distance here. There's a lot of teams up high. Magicians trying to pull some magic out of nowhere, but it may not be enough. The Crypto does go down, and T-Rex showing up as if this is a prehistoric event. And now they're going to take height and try to push this other team that is right above them. Switch POVs. I think they're just going to chill. They're going to wait. They have only 4 squads left in the lobby. Safely is down on the lowest part. Endeavor is on height. The Revenant does not have his ultimate. And unfortunately, or fortunately, New has a nice angle here. This is good placement for them. This is good enough to put them in the top 5, which is what they're looking for. So as teams are rotating, waiting patiently, we got 27 seconds left on the clock. Again, right after this tournament, we will be casting North America, so be sure to hang tight. We look forward to seeing you guys on the North American cast. Appreciate you guys for being so patient. It really, really means a whole lot. We're about to finish Europe and then go right into North America. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to reset. I'm going to try to get the thumbnail and everything situated for the next stream and hop right back into the next one, because it's going to be nonstop action nonetheless. So New has height. Let's take a look at this fight. Safely is just right down below. Let's take a look at Endeavor holding the top angle. Blast GG. This is Blast GG's game, or this is Endeavor, excuse me. Blast GG actually is, because he's kill leader, is why I mentioned that this is his game. If they hard hold this top, this is all them. Just as long as they don't really drop down, which I guess this does make sense if they have the Revenant push. Wow, everyone is flying up in the air. One gets sent back. They just got to make sure not to lose their foothold here. Wow, poor Wraith. She looked like she flew into those bullets, ladies and gentlemen. She took them right to the chest, right to the face. That was it for her. And now there's only 1 squad remaining, and they're right across the way from Endeavor. We have New versus Endeavor. I've seen this play out before. Height is technically at the disadvantage here, even though they're height. Unless they can get a knock. If they get a knock, then they can full send it.
It's just a matter of who gets knocks first. If the other team just plays patiently and does not peek, they could win it. But Endeavor needs to make sure that they keep them pressuring. They need to get a crack on them. Again, they have a jump pad, but the downside is if they do that, that's just not going to look good, you know? There's some nice solid arc damage, and he's probably going to full send at this point. He's waiting for it. Look at him prepped, ready to go. He's going to take the jump pad for versatility, for diversity in terms of different angles, potentially. And they're waiting. They're using that, actually, that respawn beacon as cover. So positive place to utilize for cover. If they don't get cracked and they hold, the team up height has a really uphill battle, but the team up height here, Endeavor, needs to get a crack to make a push, and there it goes. They're smart. They know what they're doing. They're going to put the pressure as much as humanly possible. They're not going to take the jump pad. They're going to just push them out. And there's the next jump pad, but gets right outside of the zone for taking that crack, but unfortunately does go down. Switch POV over to Blast. Blast throws his bubble, and there's a caustic ult that does go out. This is not looking good for Endeavor, and Endeavor does go out, and Nu is the winners of the round. Congratulations to Nu for getting that last round. Game 6, ladies and gentlemen. After this, I have to head to the washroom. I need to reset. We need to take a look at the scores once they're updated, and we need to switch over to North America and reset the stream. So be sure to hang tight, turn on notifications, and be sure to hit refresh in just about, let's say, 10 minutes, because I believe the next round did start. Let me tab out. Let me take a look. Oh, NA is going to start between 5:30 EST and 6 p.m. All right, so the next NA is going to start at 5:30 p.m. EST. So we're going to wrap this up here in just a second. We need to get these scores, and I'm going to wrap up, and we're going to end the stream, and then we're going to restart it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you guys so much for watching the tournament thus far. A massive game. We're just waiting for the score to update so we can make sure that everything is good to go. What time is it? 5:13. So these are the top 5 teams that are advancing, ladies and gentlemen. Nu, 59 points. Forge, 51 points. Alliance at 50 points. Congratulations, Alliance. Magicians coming in hot in 4th place, 50 points. Congratulations. NCD coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming in right at the right moment, 44 points. 5th place. Congratulations to Nu, Forge Gang, Alliance, Magicians, NCD going off to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Great game. Congratulations to all. Let me end the stream, restart, and get right into the action for North America. Thank you guys so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in just a moment.